Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Whoopee! We're gonna watch Daddy. Daddy's gonna skip.
Old Tom Vann, the no-skip man, can't do a thing that a 6-year-old can. He tried to skip, but his legs got stiff. Old Tom Vann, he's got a lot of Twitch viewers to please. Both of his kids can skip around with ease. I think he's got some kind of nerve disease. Old Tom Vann, the no-skip man. Old Tom Vann, the no-skip man. Frankenstein skips better than Tom Vann. Pretty much everyone in the world can. Old Tom Vann.
Okay, Max, it's your turn. You skip.
Old Tom Vann, poor old man, skips like he stepped on a frying pan. He burned his feet and the video's sweet. Old Tom Vann, wife's got him on a live Facebook feed. She laughs so hard that she almost peed, cause the man skips like he's wearing water skis. Old Tom Vann, poor old man.
Alright, Tommy, go and show us how it's done.
Old Tom Vann, sad old man, skips like he's skipping through Legoland. He stepped on a brick and we all got a kick out of old Tom Vann. Are his legs just a couple of sticks? Does he have a physical deficit? Maybe, but we're still gonna laugh at it. Old Tom Vann, the no-skip man.
Have you never skipped before?
I just forgot.
Old Tom Vann, the no-skip man, can't do a thing that a 6-year-old can. He tried to skip and his legs got stiff. Old Tom Vann.
You just got your leg raised
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 576.
Hey, gang.
Hey!
Hey there.
Hey!
I hope everybody enjoyed that listener-submitted song, Old Tom Vann.
You motherfucker.
That's best listener song.
He is in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
I am the jackal. He said he's sorry, Tom.
That's the jackal. The jackal. You've been jackaled.
You are making fun of a person with disabilities.
Yeah, that's right. That's a hate crime, sir.
Well, the jackal fucking hit
that
it
every
out of
time I'm in here.
Yeah, the jackal hit it out of the park. Well done, man. You get a prize. I love that song. It made me cry laugh because it's so simple. It's like a kid's tune. But hey, welcome to the show. It's a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Butler, sales guy extraordinaire, is here.
Hello.
On news today, Seth Petrozelli. Hello, Seth.
Hi, 2 Fridays in a row. Yeah.
I know. I like
at
it.
you.
Is it 3? I think.
Three. I think it's 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we
I
had you
can
on
count.
the phone. We had
Oh,
you
no,
on the
he had the
phone.
break. There
2
was the
weeks is
break.
my memory
Yeah.
bank.
Oh,
That's 2 weeks in
Because he had
before.
the
I
fight
don't.
in Vegas.
We had you on the phone.
That's
That
true.
was a phone.
First things first, do you want to get some tidying up out of the way?
Yeah. Well, first,
Business.
if our Friday Free Show listeners don't understand why that song is funny, you got to become a BDM because
Well done.
on the BDM show, this whole skipping fiasco, Skipgate, as I call it.
Yeah.
Then my wife took a video of me and put it on the BDM page.
Have you been practicing? And it's
lots of comments.
And it's skipping, like like what children do. You can
We
skip.
do it at the beginning of every class to warm up. We kind of skip and swing our arms. It's called cherry pickers. We skip and we raise
Oh,
our
Maybe-
yeah.
because
maybe
it
you
warms
can
up your
help
legs and it
Tom.
Oh
warms
yeah,
up your
soccer
shoulders.
players and football
Yeah,
players
we
do
do
this
that
too.
all.
Yeah.
We do that all the time.
You need to add that to your workout routine.
Yeah. I mean, I thought you would do that. You were at the jungle for a little bit.
They're calling you special needs detective.
Well, I know.
Special knees.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Oh,
Oh,
man,
You
they're
look
really
like a special needs ska dancer.
Yeah.
See, that's what I told him. He was skanking.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
look like you
I'm
do.
learning.
You do look like you're skanking.
Are you learning?
Well,
Have you been practicing your skip?
I started. Max now knows how to skip.
Oh,
He's
no.
been
Oh,
practicing.
he's moved past
Left you in the dust.
Yeah. So I
Now, if the boy
mad.
with the most luxurious butt in the town
I
can
know, yeah.
skip, how come you can't?
I don't know. And
I mean,
what's weird
his
is
son Max has a
the
very
butt helps.
he has a very peachy bottom.
It's going to get peachier
It's
now that he's
round.
skipping.
He'll be working on his fitness.
we've been doing this show so long, and we've already kind of discovered this as when we release our OG show. Like, for those of you who don't know, every Monday we release an older show with a little bit of an intro to it that's new.
Correct.
Kind of describing what we talked about on the old show. We're probably, 4 years behind? Something like that?
Yeah,
3, 4
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Almost 4.
And then we often find through our listeners that we've talked about the same thing 4 years
We have
ago.
12 subjects we talk about.
Yeah.
That's it.
And things seem to
It's
be
on our bingo
cyclical.
It's a different time. We have 10 now.
Oh, yeah, we had to cut a few out.
Yeah, to cut a few out.
So we do this where me and Daniel forget what we talked about. In fact, on Monday, I was like, I came up with an idea. On Friday's show, since it's Father's Day weekend, we're going to do people with the most realman fathers. And Samantha's like, you did that already?
And I was like, we can't do that.
years
That's when
ago.
we do the shitting your pants competition and strangest jobs.
And me and Daniel were like, I don't think...
Does your dad have a weird job?
Yeah. Call in. Does your dad shit his pants? It's Dad's Shart Week.
And me and Daniel were like, I don't remember that at all. I don't think we did that.
Do you have a dad that's out of work? Put him on dad hookups.
And it turns out 2 years ago, did the exact same idea, literally word for word. It's not like I even came up with a new spin on it. It's the same thing.
No.
And,
Well, you thought you came up with a new spin.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I thought he'd come
But
up with a new
remember
spin.
when we did it, because we had Bungalower and the bus in here,
Yeah,
and
they were
it,
the
be-
judges,
it not only became like a Realman thing, but it was like it
Can
got
we-
sad
can
because
I-
it was like abusive shit. And we're like,
yeah.
ooh, this is a bad idea.
Can we just call them Brendan and John Bustecker? Because calling them bungalower in the bus
Well, I wanna-
sounds like genitals. It sounds like it's like your bungalower.
promoting their
It sounds
stuff.
like you're British. Like it's very
Your bungalow is hanging out.
Yeah, he's like, hey, he comes in here, eh? He comes in here with his bungalow and the bus hanging out.
Trying to spread the love, man.
So
Yeah.
apparently, and
Not the Rona, but the love.
Or yeah.
I didn't know this either, but in that skip video that Daniel ended up posting that Crystal sent you.
Was I not supposed to send that?
No, it got a lot of
40,000 views.
got a lot of comments.
It's insane.
Got 1 million people saw it already.
But one person did bring up and found the Twitch clip of us doing the exact same skip bit like years prior with Jeff Howell, and then in that clip. They were laughing about how he's skipping
You
too,
were
but
better
I was
than
better.
that.
You were a little bit better.
So I can only deduce since that time that I have some sort of
Give it a deuce. Give it a deuce.
degenerative brain disorder
Your
that
deduces were hanging out.
that somehow slowly
Yeah.
attacking me.
Pretty soon you're gonna forget how to walk.
So in
How do
years,
you know how to? How are you such a good like a motorcycle? You can ride motorcycles.
But
You
can
can
he?
wheelie. You
Maybe
can.
he can't anymore.
But
I did that a long time ago.
I've seen him do it. Like you're not. I mean that. It seems like if you can't skip, you shouldn't be able to ride a motorcycle.
He'll
Yeah,
slowly
like your
forget.
body mechanics seem like they'd be good for skipping.
Seth, next week, bring your motorcycle. I'll see if I still
It's not mine.
stiff crash die.
Because when you ragdoll, do you stretch further out? You get more stiff.
Oh yeah.
Instead of being limp, so when you land, you don't break any
It's like,
bones.
he looks like a piece of metal going down the street.
It's like a human javelin.
Ooh, Tactical Hat has a good point. He says the one wheel has caused his knees to fuse. Maybe the lack of actually moving.
I
your
hate walking.
knees,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wonder
lots
if
of
there's
mind
something
Could
to
be.
that because the muscles that you use for the one wheel
You're
are
like
more
the
like
Tin
a
Man.
core,
You need some grease
right?
in your knees.
I've been riding one wheel longer than him, and I'm pretty flexible.
You walk a lot though, and
He's
run.
He's been doing
cycle.
yoga.
Yeah, but you're a chopper.
Well, now
Yeah.
let's talk about something else that's been happening,
Uh-oh.
and I can see it right now because you're both wearing your apparently your matching shirts. Because these two guys are in some sort of weird who can look like they have cancer weight losing competition, where they're both like just like trying to lose to the point where they're gonna be like Butler's like
They're
I'm
doing
at-
weigh offs every morning.
Replace it with muscle? Nope.
No,
No,
Butler's like, I'm at 125, and Tom's like, 124.6,
It's the-
motherfucker. It's like
the only
they're
thing
weak
Tom-
and tired.
It's the only thing Tom responds to in the chat.
Well, Seth knows it's a bro challenge, and
Bro challenge?
Never done bro challenge. This show's been in existence for 11 years. We've never fucking done bro challenges.
This is like the Holocaust challenge. You guys see
You're gonna have
it?
manorexia.
We've never, it looks weird.
Yeah, well,
it's weird.
I put in
And
this-
you've been lifting weights,
Manorexia.
and Butler's doing yoga
yeah. It's
and
What
swimming.
is going
You're swimming
on?
and yoga, right?
I'm
And
doing-
weights. You're doing
yeah,
weights too.
Yeah, I'm in jungle fitting a little bit though, right? Just because you're busy.
calling him out.
It's too hard for him, Seth. He puked the first time and he babied out.
No, I
We
was
just got
joking
new
around.
carpet back
They're
there.
not in the 120s, guys.
No,
I
no,
mean, you
no.
can look at them and tell they're not. I mean,
You got rid of the fancy green carpet?
Me
Oh.
and
Fight,
Butler.
fight.
Anyway, let me plug a couple things.
Yeah, plug
Okay.
some stuff.
First thing,
Old Tom Vann. Sorry.
No Skip Vann.
In my head.
we're asking all our listeners to take a survey. We did this years prior, so we need to kind of update information.
Even our surveys are the same.
It's on
Same questions.
it's on the front of tomanddan.com. You'll see a little web ad. It says survey or please take our survey.
Yeah. Thank you, Norm. Norm in the Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. He did it. Thank you, Norm.
Yeah.
You are a good man.
It's just like 10 questions. It's totally anonymous, so it's just to help us with our sponsors. So if anybody could take the time, it will take you 1 minute to take a quick survey. It's again on tomanddan.com or social media or BDM page. You'll see it. And today's the last day to pre-order the Tom and Dan leggings. And you can get long capri shorts. There's 7 inchers. There's 4 inchers. I got a pair of 4 inchers.
I got 4 inches too.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I like my new thing now is I like to lay around my house in bikinis. Bikini brief. That's my new thing. I love it.
It's normal.
It's just
I
a
think that's
better
normal.
way. It feels good.
Yeah.
Playing video, everything's better. I like to eat my dinner in my briefs. I like to sit on my balcony in my briefs. I like tiny short. I think I'm moving into Cypress Cove life.
Yeah. That's a natural progression.
Yeah.
Of Florida guy.
Yeah, I want my wife to be a little more free flowing with the nudity.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to handle that around my daughter.
That's fine.
My nieces come to terms with it now.
What do you mean?
I just walk around naked and
Jesus, man.
That's
Not the same.
Chris DeLea, everybody.
I'm joking, but I do walk around.
I
in my-
loved you in Workaholics.
I do walk around in my underwear sometimes, but they're like boxer brief underwear, so it's like my training shorts.
I think
Okay.
okay. No, I was gonna say something. Okay, is it okay? Can you get away with more? And I don't mean that in the like you're trying to get away with more. I just mean it in the sense that can you walk around your abode nude if you're as fit as Seth? It's easier for him to just put on for all intents and purposes, they're spandex shorts.
Yes.
And he's walking around making a protein shake. He's covered. His genitals aren't out. He's covered.
Yeah.
Butthole's covered. That is okay. But if Big Fat Norm Chungus Pukamungus walks
Why
around
y'all?
and he's got the same
Troll
shorts
him.
on and no shirt,
Yeah.
then that is more grotesque.
Logically, it should be the same, but yes, I agree with you. It is
Okay.
more
Yeah,
grotesque.
logically,
He's not on your side, Norm.
logically, it is the same, but it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and this may seem really conceited, even coming from me, walking around outside my house. Like if I'm just gonna go walk my dog, I would just go in like my little shorts, no shirt, and just walk around.
Yeah, there's a guy that runs around here that wears no shoes.
Yeah, but I feel
He's
like that's a little. I feel like it's too much because I'm like, maybe it looks like I'm trying to show off my body if I'm just walking my dog with my shirt off, looking how I do.
Right.
so I put a shirt on it.
You're a crazy person.
I know.
You
I
care
just,
too much about what people think.
Yeah, that's true.
But I can understand when you have a physique.
I didn't
want
to seem like a. I didn't want to seem like a conceited ass walking.
But
like,
you
oh, look at me.
are. So who cares?
Well, a little, but not a lot. I'm not that
You
much.
do want that though, like,
but
let's be
only from
honest.
people that know him. If he lets you into the circle, then you know he's a
Yeah, if
conceited
anyone
ass.
stares at me that I don't know, I'm like, what the fuck? Get away,
Right.
creeper.
Oh, do you want me to read this email first?
Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
ties
This.
into the Father's Day packs you were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or
so-
did you get to that yet? You
No,
probably did.
they
Yeah,
are
sorry.
available right now. Obviously, if you order them now, they won't get there for Father's Day, but we will rename them to just Real Man Pack as soon as Father's Day's done, so you can order them whenever you want. The only dad thing that is in there is the
mug.
world's most mediocre dad.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just a bunch of real men.
Fine mug,
stuff.
I must say.
Yeah.
So this guy bought one. It says, "Hey Dan, my name is John, and I'm trying to wrap my head around how I received a Father's Day bundle from you guys. In the box, there was a note that said, 'Sorry for your loss.' My buddy who introduced me to the guys said he didn't order it, and I've spoken to anyone who knows I listen to, you guys, and they said that they didn't order it either. I just want to give thanks to whoever sent it to me. It was really touching, and it choked me up a bit. The weirdest part about it is that it was sent to my parents' house, which isn't listed on my account. The only person who I haven't reached out to is Pudge, who used to be my boss back in the Sports Grill days, and even then, I didn't know he knew Tom. Anyways, if you have any insight into who might have sent this, I'd greatly appreciate it, as it was a really kind gesture."
Pudge has always got his thumb on the pulse of this
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Shout out to Pudge.
Well, let me take half the credit here. Pudge texted me
Did he?
and said,
Hold on a second. Why are you stealing Pudge's thunder?
Actually, I'll take 60% of credit for this.
Oh, no. I will not let you do that to
Sam and I
Pudge.
will not let you
Hold
do that.
on.
No.
I'll,
You can plead your case.
I'll plead my case.
Your judge is Butler.
Pudge texted me and said, "Hey, a buddy of mine that used to work for me, who I kind of told about you guys,
Introduced
and
him to, yeah.
and BDM. He started listening. He's a big BDM now. His dad passed away. I saw the post on the BDM page where he's like, "Hey, join the club,"
The
which
dead
has become a thing, by the
Should
way.
we make a Dead Dad's Club shirt?
I'll wear it.
It takes the power away. Hold on a second before you shit on it.
Yeah. I mean, every dad will die.
That's the
Everyone,
shirt.
Sorry to
everyone will be in the club
That's a
eventually.
great shirt. That's a great business
the
plan,
shirt.
man. Actually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
'cause
shirt.
Everyone will be in the club eventually.
It's like everyone has to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Well, who was that? That was Checkers. Gotta eat. Checkers is the.
You gotta eat.
Every dad's gotta die.
Every dad's
gotta die.
That's the name of the show. I don't think we've ever had one this early. That's the name of the show.
So
And Father's Day weekend.
It ties in. That's a great tie-in.
I just hope it's a long time away. That way I know I can live longer. That's
So-
all I think.
Oh, that's so selfish. My God, you're a piece of shit. And he looks at me straight faced. Like, yeah, I know.
but
It's for selfish reasons. Yes.
when you die, there'd be no one to mourn.
But that's Rocky. The ghost of Rocky.
That cut a
So
little
maybe,
deep, actually.
maybe
No, you hurt his feelings. He's going,
Oh, come
oh
on.
my God. Oh my God.
I wanted kids 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
maybe your young girlfriend at the time would be like, "Fine, you don't have to."
I'm free.
Old man doesn't lay on top of me anymore. HGH stinks.
God, your breath smells like GHB.
I stopped doing that a while ago.
Anyway, so
All he eats is letter drinks.
Pudge did.
What?
No, it's just like GHB.
Pudge was part of bringing it to my attention that this BDM.
Oh, so Pudge only brought it to the attention.
Yeah.
You were the
Well,
facilitator.
listen,
You're the one that made it happen.
Did Pudge pay for it?
No.
What'd you steal from the company?
Steal? Yeah, I got it.
Stole from the company.
Pudge gave me the address.
Write that down. I keep that track on his.
Okay.
Listen, but
When he gets
One
paid,
bundle.
I deduct these bundles from his paycheck.
I did forward the address to Eric and said send bundle. So
Yeah.
I'm
But
kind of
before
the
you
hero
did
here.
that, you had to ask me what's the name of our merch guy again.
Damn
And
it.
I said Eric, and then you said thank you, and then you said it. So I get 10%.
You know, I'm taking 95% credit for this.
No.
Wow.
Okay, we're
Wow.
finally.
I'm a
Hold on.
hero.
Get.
I'll take more
Send
credit
her
tun
Pudge's
Eric
number.
or the
We're calling
company.
Pudge. We're going to
Well,
put an end to this.
we do have someone on the line right now, line one.
Who do we have?
Well,
You want to set this up, Tom?
Yes. So I have my wife on the line, Crystal.
Line one?
Yeah,
Correct.
line one. Hey, babe.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what was that?
Sound like it's a
What was that? Ooga.
Do you have a Samoan there?
Jesus.
Are you cheating on me with a Samoan?
I see what's happening here.
Is he doing what is it, the dance?
Yeah, he's doing that.
Wow.
Doing that.
Is he doing the dance?
No, we're playing Go Fish.
Oh.
That's a loud go fish.
You guys are intense at it.
Wooga shaka.
Go fish!
A couple things happened this week, and I was going to talk about it on the BDM show, but then I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because further things happened that caused a bunch of more calamity in the Vann household. Don't know how these things happened to me, but I have the video to prove it, so here we go.
Well, but to prove what? I want to know, what are you trying to prove?
I'll walk you through what exactly happened. So, what day, babe, did the cops come to our house first?
Uh-oh.
I think it was Thursday, or I'm sorry, Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
It's
So
either Tuesday or Monday.
So either Tuesday or Monday night, we hear the doorbell ring, and it's maybe a loud knock or doorbell ring.
It's 4:00 in the morning,
Yeah.
and there was a loud knock on the window.
Yeah.
Oh, the window.
The cops
So-
sort of, ooga chaga, come from the house.
We're
They
playing Go
wanted- They wanted to
Fish.
check on it.
Go away.
So
We
He
hate
had rang the
cops.
doorbell, and we didn't hear it.
yeah, which I don't know how that happens, by the way. That we are.
Is that a ring doorbell?
Yeah, it's
That's
a
pretty sophisticated. You figured out to hear that. It
Well-
rings twice. Once outside, once inside.
I know. Then now what the video people are seeing on Twitch, and you can go to twitch.tv/Tom and Dan.
Yep.
If you want to watch this, but this is from our Ring surveillance camera in our driveway. We got the Ring video, and then my wife went surveillance crazy ever since cameras got cheaper, and she's the goddamn Epstein of Castleberry. There's surveillance cameras everywhere.
In the room, too? That one in the bedroom, too?
No,
Not in the bedroom yet.
no. Our neighbor. No, come on. But our neighbor behind us got broken into, and then the guy jumped over our fence to escape. And so I wanted to have cameras I could
Damn.
I don't know.
Okay, so I have the
I'm
video.
with ya.
I have the video up for everyone to see now.
So the cops knock on the window, and then I'm still like, it's 4 a.m. So between being tired and incoherent,
claw.
Well,
and
drunk.
then-
You're still drunk or high.
yeah, higher than chong,
I did that this
alcohol.
morning. I think that's why
Yeah.
I slept in. I woke up at 6 and I took 5 ginormous True Leave pills.
At 6 in the morning.
Yeah, and
My
then I
gosh.
was like, this will put me back to sleep, and it did. I woke up at 9, and Andrea's like, you're late.
So, and by the way, when someone knocks on your door at 4 a.m, it can never be good.
No.
There's no scenario where someone like Publishers
Clearinghouse at 4 a.m. We know we're early, but surprise.
Yeah,
Fucking Publishers Clearinghouse.
Why did you
Oh,
say
Come back in
man.
2 hours.
You are becoming old. My God.
But it's the only thing I can think of where they actually
You
used to
win
go
money.
deliver
It's
to your
so
door.
random.
Anyway, so Crystal goes out there, and it's
Wait,
the
why
cops.
does she? Okay.
Uh,
I mean,
I'm
not for nothing, but as a man that doesn't like his wife to call other men sir, you let your wife handle the police?
Well, I don't know.
Like,
what,
I thought you were a little more old school than that. Wouldn't you want to, you and the kids stay inside. I've got you, babe. I'm going to go out there and talk to Johnny Law. I've also got my revolver in case things go crazy.
I didn't even wake up.
He wakes up in a spandex.
I was like,
He was in a weed
No,
coma.
he didn't even get out of bed.
Yeah. And then,
Oh, hell no.
And then I determined when you were talking to someone at the door, I determined it was the cops. And then I further didn't want to go out there because, in my experience,
You're trying to defund them.
well,
Yeah.
I'm
You
all
got a
about
big,
that.
you got a big sign up for this that says defund the police.
Like, get the fuck out of here! I fucking hate you!
no, it's not.
God.
Stop killing people, you shitbag!
Fuck you, pigs.
No, it's not. It's not
Bro,
that. I
He's yelling from he's smoking weed and yelling from his bedroom.
I've spent my most of my adult life where
Avoiding the cops.
Well, avoiding the cops because
Yeah. No,
for,
I know,
for
I
a
know.
variety of reasons, not because I'm a criminal.
Because you're a van.
Well, that,
No, I'm serious. That there is your dad and your grandpa. They didn't like
Yeah, they don't
law
like the
enforcement
government.
that much.
Now,
Yeah,
but-
they're not those guys.
But but not even because of that. It's mainly because I've been bad at life for my whole life, and have just now gotten good, or at least this is as good
Mediocre.
as it gets. So like, hey, what you guys hear is as good as I can get.
You're in the shitness protection agency right now.
But in the past, I never knew if I had a warrant out for my arrest, not for anything bad, but for not paying like my tolls or like traffic tickets. Like you guys know, like there's been a lot. Like usually my insurance is an update. Lots of things that bad at life people have is what I have, and I never know if at any given time, me and Crystal have gone through it, or I get pulled over and they're like, your license is suspended for not paying tolls. Shut the kids up, God damn it. I'm sorry.
You just channeled my father, and I just had PTSD.
I'm joking. I thought that was funny.
I saw that building in you as you were talking.
My God.
And now it's happening.
He's bargain alerted
I'm
us.
just joking.
Bargain alert.
I just thought it was funny.
You got me bigger shit.
I'd never say that in real life.
I know you would. That's why you got me. Oh my God.
Anyway, so Crystal's talking to the
I'm
cops.
taken aback.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
And it's because there apparently has been people, and this has happened to us before in our neighborhood. They go around, they drive around the neighborhood, and they just walk from house to house checking door locks to see if the
car door locks.
They're just pulling handles. They do it in my neighborhood too.
Yeah, they do mine.
So and then and apparently they've this one particular person or this team of people or whatever has hit a lot of different cars, and there's been a lot of complaints and stuff, and they apparently hit our car, which we didn't know until the cops came, because our neighbor, who is a hero in my mind, the neighbor with lots of cats.
Catman. It was Catman.
Catman.
He's a cat man.
He, because, and I think,
Catman.
here's the thing, this is why you're not being a dickhead to your neighbors, because if you're a dickhead to your neighbors,
They won't look out for
then
you.
guess what? They won't look
Yeah.
out for you. So it's better to just be nice, and guess,
True.
who cares? I got a couple cats that shit in my yard. I don't give a fuck. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
how does it, people get so crazy if anybody, like, affects them whatsoever, even if it doesn't really affect you. Like, say your neighbor's cat shit in your yard and you see it.
I don't even know what cat shit looks like.
People fly off the handle
Couldn't tell you.
and
Like
make a
dog
big
shit.
deal
Like
out of
human
shit.
Smaller.
What do I care? Anyway,
shit.
he got my back, and it's
I'm
on
Catman.
video. And then I'll let
wanna see
Crystal
this?
talk about her interaction.
Do
with
I
the
watch
cops.
the video? Do I
Thank
play?
God.
Wait, how come you don't have the video of the people checking your handles?
Do you want me to
Yeah.
play
Right
it?
here.
This is
This
right
is
here.
what
Here,
we're
I'll
showing.
play
The
it.
cops coming.
No,
I'll
no, no.
play it. So
This is the guy that he.
So
I wonder if it
everybody
looks
can
like the
see
guy
it.
that stole my Hellcat pillow
here.
inside my car.
You can see
so
this
there
guy.
he is. That's the criminal. He's coming up, and
He's got Bieber hair.
yeah, he opens.
He looks like a teen.
He had his
Pill
hand
head.
over his face. Yeah, he did. He looked like, but he was wearing like
can't
two
tell what
different
he's
colored
wearing. Is he
socks,
wearing a
and his
dress?
shorts were really baggy. So he looked like he was having a rough time.
He's got
Some sort of
slides
a-
on.
Well, he's not gonna be wearing a business suit.
Yeah, fine.
So
In disguise.
now, I don't
So
know if
now
you
he's
have,
in your
He wasn't even wearing
passenger.
sneakers, like,
Rookie mistake number 1, not turning off the dome light.
Yeah, you got. Well, don't tell criminals this.
now, do you have the audio to this, Daniel?
Yeah,
Wait,
on
I'm
there.
confused.
Okay.
Does he have an
Here,
ankle brace
this-
on? What is
here-
that? Is
No,
it-
I think he has one big shoe on, like one
And a-
Air Force One and one slide.
And a black
What a
sock.
fucking...
So
He probably needs whatever he took.
so
You can
rewind
hear
it.
him walk away.
If you rewind it a little bit,
I had to turn Crystal down because of the background noise. But
so you'll hear,
Yeah, you'll hear
my
someone
neighbor
address
say
him.
like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then the guy says, "Oh, it's me," which is a brilliant move, by the way, because
that is
Right.
a brilliant move.
because the
It's me, I'm Mario. I'm just looking for coins.
yeah, because I do some ridiculous shit. So it
Tom, what are you doing? If the guy had just
That's
said, if the guy had just said it's fine, they go, oh, it's Tom.
yeah. So if you
Okay, here
listen,
I'm gonna
yeah,
play it again.
you-
There we go, all the way up.
Yeah. So my neighbor said, "What's going on, bro?"
What's going on? But I said it like, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was bowing up on it.
And
I
he's
can
like,
tell.
say it again?
And
Say it again, what?
Say it again, I'll blow your goddamn head off.
I'm the rootinest, tootest, meanest
I don't know
neighbor,
if you know
cat
about me,
shit
but I'm
neighbor.
fucking Catman.
yeah, so my neighbor saved the day
Cats,
by
get him!
He happened to be like, I guess his wife went to work early, and he was like standing on the front porch, like he's like.
I always watch my wife drive away, so I know it's safe to jack off for him.
He's an old Southern gentleman. He's watched his wife, and then he saw this guy walking, like getting into my car, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, bro?
What's that, Puss in Boots? Somebody's outside."
This would have been a way more impressive video if just out of the blue you see him running sidekick him.
So
what you doing, bro?
So, babe, describe.
You want 25 cats up your ass? You're about to have them.
What if he sent an army of cats to attack? I think, oh shit, he's got them organized.
He trained them, yeah. It's his little cat army.
Cats.
You fuck with me, you get the whiskers, boy.
With a series of whistles.
Yeah. They just start to jump, and they kill him. Oh shit.
He's got like a cat crossbow. He just
and then he's like, we gotta bury this guy's body. I'm like, fuck. And then I have to bury him in the woods.
We need a big litter box.
I'm like, the raccoons will eat him. All right, sorry, babe. So describe what the what was the what were the cops asking you?
Are you there?
Oh.
Well, they asked me if I wanted to file a report, which I did.
Wait, you
they asked me if I wanted to press charges against this person, and I stopped for a second. I said, that guy looks like he was down on his luck. I don't know. Like, should I press charges against him? He's having a bad time or whatever. And then the cop said, a lot of people in your neighborhood have had this happen to them and have lost personal, items. So I said, yeah, okay, well, let's press charges. So they took fingerprints. None of them were useful. My neighbor got a license plate, but only part of it was not useful. So basically nothing happened.
Oh, what good are all these videos and technology if you can't catch somebody just doing something like that?
Well,
that's the thing. Like, so I have a video of some person. I don't know who that person is. Like, what good is the video?
I had the same thing when they
took something and then they caught the guy.
Well, when the facial recognition
Right.
technology really, once all the law enforcement has all their information.
For
then
3 weeks, I biked around downtown looking for the guy that broke into my Hellcat. 3 weeks, I rode a bicycle looking for my Hellcat pillow. A bum might have been sleeping on to beat the piss out of him.
Why?
You guys.
He busted my freaking window and
I'm
it
sorry.
rained.
There's a delay on the phone, so I can't jump in and talk because there's some sort of a delay on my end, and I apologize if I keep interrupting you guys.
No, you're great.
Do you want us to call you back?
No, because it's not. I think it's my phone because it's been doing that lately with other people too. And anyway, but I just wanted to say that. Do you guys remember the story that the old lady across the street complained about our light shining in her living room, so we turned it off?
Yeah.
So the cop and the neighbor both commented that when the guy walked up to our car, they were like, "Why didn't your floodlights come on? You have these big, expensive floodlights out here."
Yeah.
And it's because the old lady across the street had complained, so they were off. And if they had come on, maybe it would have scared the guy off.
Well, tell that old lady to eat a dick.
No, well,
hurry up and die, old lady.
No, come on.
Did he grab anything?
In the car?
In your car?
I have no idea.
No, he didn't.
Because it's a bunch of trash.
Some old Cheetos crunched up on the road.
He could have had a novelty bank robber's bag of money in there. Wouldn't know there's so much trash.
Also, that was part of it where I'm like, well, what's in there to take? And also, I started to think that. I was like, well, how good of a plan is this? So you're going around all this neighborhood and you're checking to see if anybody left their car door unlocked, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? How many people out of a neighborhood leaves their car unlocked?
More than not.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I know so. In this neighborhood, in my neighborhood, I can only go on my next door, and Crystal might echo this or maybe not. I don't know. But in this neighborhood, more people, and I always tell them, if you lock your doors, then if we all consistently lock our doors, then people will stop pulling handles because you're part of the problem. You're bait.
Yeah.
You know, like they know.
They're not going to break the window because now you're, except for your
Hellcat. Sometimes they will, but if
less likely.
It's less likely. But
they'd have to see something.
They pull handles here all the time. My whole next door is just like, guy was pulling handles. Did you leave it unlocked? People say. And then they go, yeah. Always.
Then my neighbor Francis told me that this same people probably took his neighbor's gun. And
it was the same people. They have video.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Man,
which I didn't even think of it. Like the guy had like I was like, what are you, a 1980s detective? You keep your gun in your glove box?
No, a lot of people
lot
have
of people
that
do.
thing. I've seen guys that have that thing where you have like your handgun and it's like a little quick release slide that's right by your gear shift.
And it chambers it as you pull it out.
Now you should lock your doors, especially if you have a gun in there.
Exactly.
I mean,
You're like that's what I was thinking. Like, if you did have
it's
a gun,
it'll be fine. It can protect itself. That's a fucking gun, man. Nobody's gonna fuck with that thing. It'll blow your head off.
Yeah. What do you got that gun for? In case of robbers.
All right.
They stole it.
Come on, cats.
Now
Let's go get a celebratory whiskey.
Now the robbers are armed. Anyway, so Crystal, it's been a long time. Like they're taking the fingerprints. Like I remember like waking up in and out of sleep, and then I'm like, God damn, this is taking a long time. So like 4 a.m. It was finally done like at 5.
Why is my wife wearing that cop's hat backwards and gyrating
what did she answer the door in?
Oh my God! Hey, I have to tell you, the younger one was so cute, and I almost asked him if he was married. Like in my tired, sleepy, like I don't know, mind state. I was looking at him like, oh my God, he's so cute. I just wanted to say, are you married? But then I'm like, I'm married.
Let me suck your dick.
Wait, what were you wearing when you
He's so cute.
She was wearing crotchless panties. the bra where your tits are out, but it cups the bottoms of it.
Yeah.
Garter belt, and then she had in one of those pink wands, and Tom was in his sleep tipping her.
Yeah. I wake up, the cop has a spoon of cum. He's like, eat that spoon.
Wake up, it's Dr. Bob. Eat this cum spoon.
So,
go back to sleep.
So anyway, that whole thing happened, and I was going to talk about it on the next day on the show, whatever, because we had the video, this whole thing.
And I got the other one queued up and ready to go.
So then, fast forward, was it this next day, babe? Or was it 2 days?
It was 2 nights.
Okay.
I don't know. It was 1 or 2 nights later.
So 2 nights later, we're sitting on the couch. Boys are asleep, and it's probably like midnight.
Okay.
And so that's
actually 12:18 according to this.
Okay. So 12:18. We're about to go to bed. I remember
he was off by 18 minutes. Butler. God. What an ass.
I remember
stating the facts.
Saying like it's time. Time for sleep.
Time
for sleep, man. Time for sleep.
I always sing the things I'm going to do.
You got to remind yourself.
And then all of a sudden, we hear this alarm, which sounds like wind chimes on the Ring doorbell when someone's there.
Okay.
Signals motion.
Yeah.
Now,
everybody knows, DC.
Okay, I'm just explaining.
Okay.
And at first, I thought it was it was the spider again, because Crystal set the damn sensitivity too high, and this fucking spider has been making a web in front of the camera.
No, you gotta turn it way down.
I know. She had to go out there and broom it off, and it keeps coming back. So
mine is if larger people jog by.
Oh yeah. Only fat joggers.
It really is. Like the only thing that sets off my ring are fat people trying to get their life in order, like people trying to lose some weight, which is good. So I don't.
So that wind chime alarm goes off, and then Crystal obviously grabs her phone because she's
hyper vigilant,
Epstein camera detective.
Yeah.
And she looks at it and she's like, "The cops are here again." Right? And
At
then
midnight?
and then I'm
Okay.
like what? Oh shit, weird. So we go to the front door, we open it.
Oh, you're there this time. Is it the cute cop again?
Yeah.
No. Well, we open the door, and then there's a car parked in front of our driveway. And the reason why Crystal thought it was cops, because there's a blue light
street glow
going on inside the car like crazy, like a bright blue light that is shining inside.
It was really weird. It was like a blue strobe light inside the cab of the car, but it wasn't a cop car. So then I was like, is that an undercover car? But it just didn't look like a cop car, but there was a blue strobe light on the inside. And it was there was nobody in the car. It was just parked in the street right behind both of our cars.
Yes. So
it was super weird.
So then Crystal walks out there, and of course...
Why are you letting her go out there by herself at midnight?
Go out there, I'm scared.
You're an ass.
I got the gun, you go out there, Crystal.
Well, speaking of that,
Quick, go outside.
You're gonna watch her murder on the
He
ring
did grab
doorbell.
me.
Crystal, someone's outside. Go outside and fuck those cops again.
That'll get him away.
I hate cops.
So the
Jesus
I
don't even understand you.
I do go run and get my rusty revolver, which who knows if it even fires.
Spilling bullets everywhere.
And my
Just
Crown
get the
Royal
bug
bag.
assault, man.
I wondered why you did that.
Well, I don't know. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Grab a gun when the cops come? I don't think that's what you're supposed to do.
We knew it wasn't the cops.
Oh, at this point you knew. Okay.
Because we walked outside and I
Okay.
expected to see the cops, and then there's this car sitting with nobody in it with a blue fucking strobe light going on inside. And then we're walking up, we're like, what is that? And then we're standing there, dead silence. We don't see anybody. And then we're like, what is going on?
Can I play the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
see the video.
here's the video.
So Crystal runs back and checks the video, and we see the person coming out, which
Oh, wow.
looks the person is wearing shiny reflective pants.
See, you're not trying to hide at all.
Yeah,
huh?
like see the person
Yeah,
walking.
I
He's
see
got
him walking.
shiny reflective pants.
Oh, I thought that was a worm crawling across the
No,
web or something.
go back. Go back
They
to the
are
beginning.
walking kind of oddly.
Yeah. So see the person with the shiny
Okay,
pants. He
here,
get out of the
It's
car.
weird, right?
And then see that there's he walking
Shiny
to
It
the
looks
right.
like he has robot legs,
yeah,
right?
yeah, like
Maybe
he's
it's a
got-
robot,
So-
and that's a spaceship.
So that's
It's
what-
RoboCop.
That's what made me think it was a cop to begin with. Like, who has got these blue
Right.
lights inside their car with shiny pants on?
Well,
like,
Future Man.
That's a great show, by the way.
Future Man does.
it's future Tom Vann. He forgot where he lived. he's going to warn the neighbors.
Hey, Catman, you still alive? Catman, cats, robot cats, can anyone hear me? It's Future Tom Vann.
So we go inspect the video.
I went inside and I grabbed my car keys and my wallet because my plan was to drive after them and get the license plate
Oh,
number.
God.
'Cause I like a
You are a
serious
brave
guy,
woman. You know
and
what?
I
You're
But wait a
swore.
second.
You are a brave woman.
So someone came back to the car eventually?
No, well, okay. So I'll explain what happened.
Okay.
Eventually someone.
So we're out here and looking at the car, no one in there. We're like, shit. Then we're like, go back inside because we have no idea what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So then Chris is like, I think they came back, like the robbers or the fucking thieves. And so that's when I got the rusty revolver. And then, by the way, on my short walk back with the rusty revolver, I then
You discharged it into the refrigerator.
I Plaxico burst, shot my thighs off, and then screamed I should not be using this. No, I went and put it back in the safe because then it dawned on me, what the fuck am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
Go and confront someone stealing change out of my car? Like, not worth it. And then for them to, now I'm in a gunfight with someone for fucking change or garbage. Anyway, so I realized that was a stupid move, but then then Crystal called the cops again. And
man, I'm sorry.
So
guys.
she's like, no, you'll see where this ends.
No.
So because
what happens next?
it's a typical.
Do you want us to take a break and do this traditional radio style?
No,
Okay.
we'll finish it. So Crystal calls the cops, and then she's explaining like there's this car in front of me with blue lights. So I start doing the math in my head, and I'm like, what thief comes back to the same place that he ran away from 2 nights later
with blue flashing lights and
lights.
shiny pants.
Yeah, in their car. I'm like, this is the dumbest person. So then I started doing the math fast in my head, and I was like, what? Like this. First, if this is a thief of some sort,
Not that fast.
he's how dare you? Then this is a crazy person, and maybe he will kill us.
Right.
Because only crazy people would act like this if you're a thief that's checking door locks, and then the next 2 days later you decide to come back with bright lights shining in your
and
car.
he's like, Catman signed your death warrant, motherfucker.
Yeah. So in my mind, for a split second, I was like, this is a crazy person who's there to kill me. Then I was like, should I get the rusty revolver again, whatever. So in this, and apparently it wasn't, the calculations weren't that fast, because in this whole amount of time, whoever it was got back in their car and drives away, and starts to drive away and turn around the cul-de-sac, and that's when Crystal got her wallet and keys.
Did she run after him?
And started to run after the person and and saying, I'm going to get his license plate.
Okay.
And then I grab her.
Brave woman. You grab her, you turn her around,
Yeah.
slap her cheeks, and you go, Get a hold of yourself.
Are you clowning me?
Are you clowning?
And then I tell her, I was like, not worth it. Don't go out there.
Send one of the boys.
Get Catman on the case.
I can't lose you. Send the little one. He's strong.
Well, tie a rope to his waist like Stranger Things.
Just lead him out. Max, I know you're on your Power Wheels. I want you to drive as if the wind is pushing you and has a hand on your back. Drive like no one's watching. Go! Yeah!
So Crystal wants to.
TC doesn't often get strong like or firm with me about anything, but he grabbed both my shoulders and said, "No, you are not going out there."
And you got
wet.
Horny.
Guaranteed you got horny. Guaranteed.
No. I'm more mad. Because then, after the car left, then she was yelling at me like, I could have got him. I could have saved the day.
I could have really been something.
You let him get away. They robbed our neighbors, and it's your fault.
Oh my God. It's just spiraling out.
Because you're like,
this is terrifying.
They went, we watched him walk to the neighbor's house and rob them.
They killed Catman.
And all you did is nothing.
You stood here and let them kill Catman with their flashy blue light and their shiny pants.
And so she was mad that I didn't let her chase after. And by the way, I was like, what are you going to do? Chase after this person? High-speed chase to get his license plate? For what? Do you go report to the cops as like, I got the license plate?
It's probably a stolen car, doesn't matter.
So they can pretend to write it down like I do numbers with goddamn creditors or whoever's calling me.
Imagine stealing a cool car with blue flashy lights. Oh, we got a good one. It's got blue flashy lights.
So, the next day, we had learned that car with the flashing lights was the neighbor's raver boyfriend that was just dropping her off at night.
That's DJ Davey.
And you're going to run out there with a revolver?
And his reflective pants were raver pants. And his flashing blue light was some sort of raver light.
You guys
raver light. That old man.
That was what it was.
You guys had a marital spat because Dead Mouse had to drop his girlfriend off. And you guys are fighting. You got guns involved. And fucking, you've got Steve Aoki dropping his young girlfriend off.
Yeah.
You guys live in a circus.
They do.
What the fuck?
Wait a minute. Put him on the list. Put Raver Davey on the list.
Not only was I going to run out there with a rusty revolver to do what, I have no idea, scare the shit out of a raver kid. Then Crystal was going to chase him down in the fucking
kill him
the truck
Oh my God.
to try to get his license plate.
Imagine if I chased down.
Some crazy lady's following me.
Yeah, he'd have been freaked out.
No, he would have put on his DJ, listen like big bass. He's like, yeah, he's going like
a baby driver.
Yeah.
Crystal's like, I'm right beside him. He's got goggles on his head and green dreadlocks.
He's a villain.
Karen and Darren.
So that's it. Still, the suspect is still at large. The raver kid is safe.
DJ Davies, okay.
And whatever change they stole is still out there.
Well,
hasn't been solved
that
yet.
was a better story than I even thought you could even.
and
we have the video to prove it.
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry, Crystal.
Fucking ridiculous.
I probably wouldn't have let you run out there either. That could have been bad.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I'm glad he didn't, because that would have been really embarrassing that the daughter was going to tell my neighbor that her crazy neighbor chased down her boyfriend. Oh my God.
And
that would be bad.
Also, I'll end with this. So last weekend, we took the boat out, just me, Crystal, and the boys, and we went exploring. We went south of New Smyrna. We passed Tuttle's old house, by the way. I've been texting Tuttle back and forth, and he dropped pin where he lived.
What, the fish camp?
Yeah, I passed right by it. I saw the bad.
No.
It's
it looks.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I don't even know what you want to call that.
So anyway,
best thing that could happen is just fall in the ocean. Be a lot better.
We went south, although it is nice in Florida that you could live on the water and be poor as well.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is you can't do that in many places. So we sure there's $1 million houses that are all trailer parks.
There's trash, yeah.
So we went down south and it was excruciating because there was
extremely boring.
A long, slow speed zone.
Yeah.
You remember that one we ran into when we were with you guys?
Yeah.
And that thing goes on forever.
Well, you turned around with us,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Crystal, he told me, I was like, because we didn't talk much about it, because I asked him, I go, how was your trip? And he goes, uneventful, and that was it. That's all I've heard.
Yeah. Well,
or no, you said swing and a miss.
We decided to keep going as far south as possible. I wanted to get to Cape Canaveral to see, but the slow speed zone was so long that by the time we got out of it, it was like time to turn around to get back to the goddamn marina.
And then you go slow on the way back.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes, we did.
In Mosquito Lagoon, it's gigantic. And by the way, I didn't believe Butler when he said there's gators out there, and I confirmed with the BDM that there is. Sorry, Butler, for not believing you, but I questioned. I was like,
first time for everything.
That can't be true.
Hey, you've got one notch on your belt now.
So
he believed you one time.
So on the way back, I was like, well, fuck the slow speed zone. I'll take a shortcut through Mosquito Lagoon and just take the backwoods and the backwaters, and we can go around. Like up towards the ocean and around, and that's all like as fast as you want to go. It's just it's a spider web of little rivers and waterways and canals
and what we learned from
estuaries.
What we learned from the Ring doorbell is you love spider webs. So I say go for it. Go for it.
So I came up with a plan for Crystal to be my navigator. And what she was going to do, I was like, well, I'm looking at Google Earth right now, or Google Maps. Or whatever.
Tom Vann in Disney's Fight with a Navigator.
And I'm like, I could bring it up on my phone, and the little blue dot is where a boat is, right?
Yeah.
And I could see where it's shallow on the Google Maps, right? Because like the satellite view. So I see where the sandbars are, right?
Perfect.
So all we have to do
is
navigate our blue dot using Crystal will tell me where the blue dot's going, and you tell me where she'll tell me where to turn.
3 degrees to the left. 2 degrees. This is like cartoons.
I'll use the Google Maps
port.
Starboard to navigate the sandbars. Right? And
I want you all to know that I hated this idea from the beginning.
All right, no.
So I need to start doing that here.
So, by the way,
Crystal's right. You got to declare it early.
Boys all pissed off. They're just laying there like, so boring. I'm like, have fun. I'm screaming in front of them.
Stare at the water like Daddy does.
So I just
because TC has this idea that our kids who are 5 and 6 just would enjoy being on the boat just to be on it, but it's going 2 miles an hour and it's hot as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they hate it.
Oh, wow. He never said that. Hold on. We've used a lot of words around here for boating, and Tom says this morning, I think he said they're growing into it, they're working into it, it's a work in progress, but he's never, ever said the word hate.
I don't want to admit that. So anyway, I rocket off into Mosquito Lagoon.
There he goes.
And I'm going fairly slow, so Crystal could tell me what, I don't want to run aground and be stuck out there. So she's telling me which way to go. I see some people, they're, maybe signaling, don't go in there. There's some other boats fishing.
Oh, God.
All flats boats, by the way. I got this goddamn 22-foot hurricane deck boat.
Are they doing the move like they do in like James Bond or Dukes of Hazzard, where they're jumping off their small fishing boat? You're blowing through there, and you shouldn't be around there.
So I'm like, which way did I go? And Crystal's like, left, right. There's 3 degrees. I'm like, fucking 3 degrees. What does that mean? And then I start running around, right? And I pretty violently at first.
Now I know why I did get the story.
And when you were, it's like, and I start trimming up the motor because the motor hits first. So I start running aground,
digging up precious coal and sea life and aquatic creatures.
Fucking Mosquito Lagoon. They're you named it Mosquito Lagoon. It's government's fault. It's not Blue Lagoon.
Mud.
It's Mud Lagoon.
So I start running aground, and then I turn around. Then I'm like, fuck it, we'll go up the next one. And then I go up the next one, and Chris like, turn left. I run aground again, and then turn around, and then get back on the fucking.
Should have bought a hovercraft.
Slow 2 hours again.
I have to interrupt.
Huh?
I like how The way that you're depicting my position in this story is that I'm not navigating you appropriately. But really, it was impossible to begin with. And I said, this is stupid. We should just go the slow way because there's no way we're going to be able to do this. And you said, come on, just do it. We're going to keep going. So we were running aground, but it was not because I was not following the blue dot and the sandbars on the Google Maps.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make that clear.
Just accept your mistakes.
By the way, which I'm virtually certain.
Corona.
No.
Are you kissing him and he's in front of me now and I'm going to get it?
No.
I wonder if that young cop had corona.
Oh, no.
No real boat captain would probably suggest go by Google Maps and the blue dot to navigate your way. Anyway, did
You
not
should try
work.
Waze.
We know that. You're the special needs board captain.
You should do Waze because it has Cookie Monster.
Yes.
I know. Anyway, so that was my past week.
Don't you ruin the boat doing that? Like, doesn't it scrape the whole boat?
There's a certain amount of that. This suck up some.
Crystal, how long before you guys become the actual Swiss Family Robinson?
Well, that
I have to tell you, the boat is over there on the coast, and we're confined to just that little area, which is between two very long slow speed zones, and I just, I'm not really that excited about it.
How dare you! I didn't do my research.
Well, I mean, I don't want to drive our car. I have to drive an hour to the boat and then go slow for an hour to get to a beach. Like, I'd rather just drive to the beach.
Well, but wait a minute.
This is the cheapest one.
Okay, so you drive it. I know what you're saying, Crystal, but let me come to Tom's defense.
Probably a reason.
You get in the car, you drive from here to the marina, that's an hour. Then you get on the boat and you go an hour 15 to the place you guys want to stay. Then you have a sensible lunch for 25 minutes, and then you got to do it all over again.
How do you put it like that, you asshole?
Right.
You make it sound worse than it is. Anyway, we're going to St. Augustine this weekend, so get the boys ready.
Now you're
We're doing it.
Now you're gonna do the same exact thing,
have
but
fun.
north. You're gonna
Slow
do the same
speed
thing,
the whole way.
but north. Same thing, but north.
Same thing north.
We're gonna try the same thing north.
We're going north, where the conquistadors went. And they're gonna have to piss time their goddamn lives.
All right.
Happy Father's Day.
Crystal, I hope you guys have a great Father's Day.
His family Robinson.
All right, babe. I'm serious about getting ready, though. We don't have that. We gotta leave early. Crack of dawn.
Crack
because
of dawn.
That's another thing. You got to get up super early.
It's
for
gonna
those
take
trips,
about
too.
6.5 hours to go north. With all the slow speed zones, there's like 3.5 hours just to get to Daytona.
Oh my God.
So anyway,
Pack your sub saves.
get some Wawa subs.
Hey, well,
we're going.
I got some good news for you both. I talked to somebody at the marina. The radio is fixed, and DJ Davey, your neighbor's boyfriend, is giving you a mixtape for the ride up.
All right.
So you have the latest of German electronica.
5 hours.
The kids will love it. It's gonna be great.
All right,
great.
babe. I'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
She wins.
Yeah.
Oh, I love me some Crystal Vann. All right. Well, now I understand why you didn't tell me about last weekend's trip, because the only thing you said, and I know you'll back me up, you said swing and a miss. That's all we've talked about it.
Yeah. I went to these islands, and I was like, oh, we'll go to those islands, and all rocks. I'm like, I'm crashing. Scratching. It's like it's all fucking sharp rock.
It's Rock Island.
And I'm reversing. And then some guy in a flat fishing boat is like giving me the, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my God.
I get that a lot.
That's embarrassing.
I can ignore things. I just I don't look at him when he's throwing his hands up, with the general like, hey, idiot, what are you doing? I ignore that.
Christ.
Butler, you know about that.
Let me get.
You're a chopper.
Do we want to do our shot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Quickly, and then we'll jump
I think that's
into-
mine, Butler.
That is yours.
Stealing my shots.
Okay, hold on here, gang. I'm gonna get you going here, Butler. Hold on. And there you are. There's your echo. Let me get my. What are we doing today? Tequila?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
All right, whether you have kids or excessive dog hair, happy Father's Day to all the scumbags out there. So cheers to everyone and have a safe weekend. Here's to hoping that someone touches your bell end. Rock and roll 90210.
All right.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Good God, man.
I had an itch in my throat to help.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
And dog dads, like he said.
Oh, he doesn't want to be excluded.
I'm not a...
Don't say a fucking word. Just let me have it.
Yeah, I'll let you have it.
I'll kick you with my bloody shoes.
Don't kick me.
We'll talk about that.
Okay. Is that the right song? No, that's the right song. Okay, fine. I thought I had the wrong song. That's why I was over here freaking out. I started to go pale in the face.
No, don't go pale.
Thinking that I did something wrong. This band is from El Segundo, California. They are called The Ghost Inside. The name of the song is The Outcast. It's heavy, and we haven't done a lot of heavy stuff recently, so we're going to dig into this. Also, this is really cool. Dizzle Funk, who we played last week, and Orlando's own, that hip-hop mixtape that's out, totally free. You can download it. Tons of good music on there if you're looking for new music, especially hip-hop. That's where you want to go.
Orlando'sOwn.com.
There you go. He's going to start working with us now, and he's going to start actually making custom mixes for listeners and BDMs, where I'm going to be able to give him music that we have the rights to play. He's going to snag some music that he has the rights to play, and then we're going to make these weekly mixes or monthly mixes for you guys. So when you go to party or something, you get a little bit of funk, a little bit of soul, some rock and roll, and maybe even some Tom and Dan songs in there. So yeah, it's a cool idea, but check this out. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN show at tomanddan.com for an email. We'll be back. Oh my goodness, that is none other than the Mad Caddies with Let It Go. Brand new single from them. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I am Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Butler is here. And on news today, Mr. Seth Petruzzelli of The Jungle. If you want to get fit, you want to get healthy, you want to kick some shit, you want to do traditional karate.
Yes.
Well,
and our kids too, kids classes, little gorillas.
I'm working on my daughter.
We gotta get her in there,
with that because she's an athlete, man.
Best self-defense, especially for little girls.
Oh yeah. Well, she she's already starting to navigate the little boys talking shit a little bit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
You know what? I mentioned Tuttle earlier, and I'll go ahead and plug his. He's doing his 100th episode tonight.
I'll be on there tonight. I might be drunk, but I'll be on there tonight at 8.
Oh no!
You guys want to watch it? I think he's doing it on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Tuttle's 100th episode on Zoom.
Is he like streaming it on Facebook Live or something?
Don't know.
I'll be on there though. I'll be there at 8. I got emailed the instructions for what I'm supposed to do for his show. From some guy named Jim. Does he have a producer?
Oh shit!
He has employees.
Jim Phillips works for Tuttle now.
It's weird.
He said he's got a guy that's helping him out. So
I got it. Okay, I kid you not. I've been in radio for 25 years, longer than that. I got an email from Tuttle, who apparently lives in a turd shack.
No, it's down there.
I got an email that had the directions for logging in with a password, with a time that I'm supposed to be there, urging me to be there 15 minutes early.
It's like a doctor's
to
appointment.
check in.
It's like
it was
telemedicine. That's what they did for my doc and J appointment.
It was glorious, and I was like, "God damn, Tuds!" I mean, congrats on 100 shows. But I like Jim. Shout out to Jim for sending me the details. I'll be on there at 8.
So so go on Tuttle's social media. I'm sure he'll be promoting and stuff.
Sorbig777 called him Fish Camp Jim. That's a fine name.
I think it is Fish Camp Jim.
Yeah, well, he's great. Whoever he is, he's super organized, really good.
Oh, by the way, I was telling Tuttle some of the same story over text, and he said he knows Mosquito Lagoon like the back of his hand. He grew up there, so he said,
"No, you really should take him out. He does know that stuff.
He'll show me the ropes.
The one time I hate
which
fishing.
means I'll be.
You want to give your kids some grit? Have them around Tuttle.
Now that's actually not a bad idea. Now he won't curse in front of him because he's not a fucking animal, but he is a rough around the edges real man.
Wildman.
They'll be like, "Daddy, what are the?" I'm like, that's Tuttle's oxy. Put them back in his pocket.
Tuck those back in. Don't eat them. Well, you can have half, but no more than half.
They're all sun damaged.
I hate fishing, and the only time I actually had fun fishing one time, and I actually caught three actually big redfish, which I didn't even know what the hell that was until like my brother told me.
Yeah.
Was Mosquito Lagoon. He begged me to go out there. And we don't have a boat. He's like, well, buy this boat. So I bought like a 15-foot little John boat just to go out there for one day.
You bought a boat for one day?
Yes, because I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, you keep it. And then he ended up giving it to our cousin or something like that. Went out there for one day. I nicknamed it the Mud Minnow. I bought stickers just for that day. I put Mud Minnow on the side, all fucked up.
How much fucking money do you have to just blow on a
it wasn't that expensive.
You called
it
it
like
the Mud Minnow?
It was like
back in the day,
$500 to $700.
after the Kimbo fight, he was rich for a minute.
Oh, okay.
And he was
they
drunk
went
with
downhill.
power.
Then I blew it on Bloody Air Force Ones.
We'll talk about that.
Anyway, yeah, that was a lot of fun catching those because they float on top of the water, and I just threw it in. They bit it, and I reeled it right in.
Yeah, there's a lot of fishing opportunities over
there.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea because he does know the area.
Yeah.
Maybe you and I and Tuds can go out. No need to subject the boys to that.
Well, I'm thinking of doing a show, maybe a BDM show, where we during the week we'll all go as a group.
Look, the last time I was on a boat with you guys.
No. This is different.
I got a bathroom on my boat.
Okay, all right.
He does. And
I'm gonna wear a life jacket the whole time because
I
don't trust Captain Tom Van.
Is it a thong life jacket?
I don't know what you got on your boat, Tom.
I got some jackets.
I went out with you twice.
Oh yeah,
Once
he
on a
knows
boat,
how to jacket.
and then once on a big water jetpack, you had me blow in the air.
Oh yeah.
That was scary as shit.
Yeah. That's I got. You should see
Okay,
my
here's
new
what I
boat
wanna
is
do.
way better.
Here's what I want to do. We go out.
Double
me, you, Sam, Butler, Tuds. We go out. Tuds gives you some like guidance of the area. Then we do a little bit of fishing. We record a little bit, and then in the end, we go out to a more secluded area on the back of the boat. One meth toot. All of us. All of us.
Yeah, just
one meth toot, and then we all. It's like
it's kind of like
I
the
would
Hell's
say we
Angels.
all put our penises in the center and touch them. You know, because that's how you know that no one's ever going to say anything about it because that's weird. Even though I will, because I don't care, and it's really in my brain. It's like there's nothing gay unless you're gay. But I will say that one poof of meth, I feel like all of us would never speak another. It's another moment about the day.
It's what the Hell's Angels do to determine whether you're an informant or not.
Can't be a narc.
Because they smoke this meth. And if they do it, they're like, all right, dude.
And I feel like that's a great job to have.
Cops have to do that though.
Yeah, they'll do it. It doesn't matter.
But
it's not a test of anything.
Yeah. They'll do it, but then they'll also because of their
job. If they didn't, they'd be killed by the people. So guess what? They're gonna fucking smoke the meth.
But the best is when, and nobody's done this in a movie, but it would be funny to be like, hey. Just so we know, everybody's going to do a toot of meth. And then the cop goes and he does a toot of meth, and you're like, I still knew you were a cop. And that's it, right? Nobody does that.
But now you're high on meth.
You get him addicted to meth, right?
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Has anybody done that? Somebody's written that in a movie, right?
Training Day.
Where the informant becomes... oh, yeah, you're right.
I've never seen Training Day.
A little bit. Yeah, you're right.
That's the only part I remember.
Let's do some Seth news here.
Oh, buddy.
Okay. Well, after last week, let's just tread lightly on it.
MRIs trying to prove he's gonna die. The CTE is kicking in with every new hit at the gym. He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but the Russian won't call him back. And we all forgot about that fight. Just one proof alone, you're gonna die. Oh my God! From fighting in the UFC to reading news to you and me, you could say he wears a lot of hats, but we'll just focus on his eyes. So hippo people, get on your hooves and put them together for you know who. As if you nards don't have a clue, it's Seth Ventruzzelli with your douchebro news. It's Seth Ventruzzelli with your douchebro news. Nards.
Douchebro news.
What's that,
Seth's
What
news. Well,
the hell is that?
brought to you by White Claw.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of new White Claw.
Clementine.
Clementine. 70s. If you haven't had a White Claw 70, it's 70 calories. Little less alcohol, so it's good. I call it a session White
it's
Claw.
3.7.
Yeah, it's almost like half.
It's
a.
I prefer those during the weekday at night.
It's my new jam.
Feeling
No,
like shit.
Pineapple and clementine.
Yeah, and hey, mix them.
Oh
yeah, mix them. Yeah, over ice. The key is over ice.
Yeah.
Tom taught me that. Like White Claw's great out of the can. I'm drinking it that way now because our ice machine's broken. But if I have my druthers, lots of ice, pour it on top. Oh God, it's so refreshing.
Drags out the
Does it get all watery down and stuff?
Well, I like to do a clementine 70 and a lemon 100, and mix them half and half.
Hold on a second.
And a CleminLemon 80.
And that's like a calorie count I can't even count.
What's
We've
85.
We've never celebrated anything you've ever said that big. We were all like, "Damn,
You're absolutely correct.
son!" We were like, "Yo!" It's like we were watching a rap battle, and you were like,
Drop the mic.
"Yeah," and you were like, "Because that's cause her mama's pussy smells like shit," and we're like, "Oh, damn!"
Try the Tom Van CleminLemon.
Hashtag
85.
CleminLemon.
85. That's what it turns out to be. The 100
the math?
What are the 100 and the 70?
Have I
half
said
and half
Clement
is
to you
85.
at all? Have I said Clement to you at all?
No, what do you mean?
My daughter has an imaginary friend named Clemen.
Not really.
That's a coping mechanism.
Clemen Snarts.
All right.
Clement Snarts.
Clemen Snarts.
That
It's weird.
Yeah.
CleminLemon, Clemen Snarts.
I haven't dealt with the imaginary friend.
Yeah, well, you don't have an only child. Only children are fucking wackadoodles. I know.
Rhymes with farts.
All right. Are we doing? It's all death today? Or
No. Well,
Yes.
okay, so from last week, even on the BDM page, I got like a whole bunch of people saying how depressed. I didn't realize it was that depressing.
I think you've been in a little bit of a funk
I'm
lately.
more funky now than I was last week.
Why
but
are you so funky, man?
I'm
You're
just a funky
good.
guy. I don't
You're
know.
good.
Funky Cool Medina.
You're good. You're doing
You
well.
know,
You're
I-
successful. The gym's going well. You got a beautiful girlfriend.
I hope it still goes.
Beautiful
I hope that,
house.
Yeah.
You know, everything's good. You're good.
Yeah. I just don't want to lose my house. I don't want to lose my gym.
You're not. Why would you stop? You're spiraling. Don't
Well,
spiral. That's part of the
Get an
hypochondria.
OnlyFans page. You'll be fine.
You should
I
get
was
an
so
OnlyFans.
close to that.
Dude, do it.
Yeah, I talked to
you
my
know-
friend who's actually on it, and she told me a little bit how to do it and stuff like that. So
You know how
I
much
got
money you
more-
would make?
Yeah, you could.
You got a big dick, right? Come on.
He does.
Can
I've
you
seen
talk
it.
Yeah,
openly
fluff it,
about it?
Yeah, I told everybody my.
I
But
seen
like
the outline.
flaccid, how big is it? Like,
Oh, I don't know, flaccid.
Bi-
I'm
okay.
a grower for
How
sure.
big is it
Like,
hard?
I gotta fluff it.
what do you got? 9, 8,
No, 8.
8?
Oh my God. Yeah.
He just
Hold
put
on.
his Diet
You
Coke
were like,
down.
damn!
Yeah.
We did it again. We're like,
Couldn't even
oh!
hold my Coke.
What do we talk about this?
Wow, this guy's got CleminLemon. You got 8 inches.
Is it an 8-inch egg? Because that's different.
Yeah, good question.
I am mad at the egg, but I had to take the power away.
You remember that?
After last
I'm gonna
week-
write down more egg.
After
No.
last week, she made me swear to never talk about the egg penis again. First one to bring it up.
Anyway,
Had to.
first news
That
story.
that doesn't help my bank account though.
What, the egg?
Yeah.
OnlyFans will.
Hey, are you gonna get your girl on there too? Like you guys doing it?
I tried to put that to her. and
'Cause
she's
I would
still-
I would
she's totally-
subscribe.
she's
I'll
not really
subscribe.
for that. I tried to get her. Honestly, what I really tried to push her to do.
Why you gonna?
I tried to push her to sell her feet pictures.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. You wouldn't even know it's
No, that's
her.
not
I mean,
nudity.
she has little tattoos on there, so you might recognize it's her. But I know people.
Just
People were
makeup,
telling me they're
makeup.
making like tons of money on their feet.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you? Why not?
People are into feet.
It
yeah.
always evolves, though. It starts with the feet.
Then you go up to
that's
the ankles, and then you
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to the
yeah.
little
Then
drapes
it's
thing, and-
spread your butt.
I'll start something.
Yeah, it does start with feet.
Yeah,
Get some money for my hammer toe.
no one.
Mine's, you know, mine's pretty bad, and for years I've been the ugly foot guy on the show. But no more. Now that you guys are doing your little, skinny competition every morning, we get a photo of both of you standing on the scale. Tom's big toe is
Yeah, yeah.
grotesque.
Yeah.
It is.
It didn't grow back.
Little baby toenail.
You know, but you know what it
Yeah,
looks like? It looks
something's
like
wrong.
when a Jeep owner has their windshield down. it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's a little bit of the windshield, a little bit of the toenail, but it's not a full toenail. So it's just like a convertible.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just lumpy skin.
I didn't believe it, but a bunch of people told me that they're like, "Hey, that thing is gonna take a year or more to grow back." I'm like, "No way, not that long a toenail, no." And it's like it's only halfway grown back, and
It looks like your
since January.
toe
think it
flesh
quits.
is eating the nail. It's like
that's
coming up around.
That's
it.
a mega ingrown. He's
Because-
gonna have to dig those
Yeah.
corners out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
That's gonna be a problem soon. You have to
Oh.
cut your toe off.
because my toe.
And when they cut your
That's how
big
Bob
toe off,
Marley
you can't
died.
walk anymore, and you got to get a wheelchair.
That's fine. First story.
Okay, so last week, I talked. God bless you. I talked about the
That was
story.
me laughing.
Oh, I thought
Thank you,
I
anyway.
thought you hiccuped. You go.
No,
I talked about the busy hurricane season that it might be, and
Yeah.
it's going to be all horrible. Another thing, hurricane after hurricane. So, a story that kind of counters that: a Saharan dust storm from Africa will stretch toward the U.S., putting the hurricane season on pause. After a quick and active start to hurricane season, like I spoke last week, it looks like any significant tropical development is unlikely over the next week. It's thanks to a significant area of Saharan dust seen satellite imagery blowing off the west coast of Africa. The forecasting models show the dust moving across the tropics, the main areas of tropical development, and into the Gulf of Mexico by this time next week. So basically, it's a giant dust plume that's blowing from the coast of Africa, like the hurricanes come up that little, hurricane path.
Yeah.
Only you could see it from the satellite. You guys didn't hear about this? Or
No.
I'm like
actually
super into weather. I don't know why I like weather so much.
You know
Dude,
what?
we know Mike from Mike's weather page.
Yeah, he's going to be our official hurricane
Have you
man
talked to
now.
that guy?
No.
Oh, dude, you'd geek out. This
I like
guy's
it.
awesome. To what you are in like MMA and gyms and stuff, Mike is the Florida weather.
Oh, so he doesn't know shit about it?
No. He
He's
loves
enthusiast.
Oh, he doesn't care about it.
He loves it, but he loves it for the love of it, not to be a meteorologist.
gotcha.
Right.
So you're a little more like him than you think.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
Mike's
sense.
awesome, dude.
Makes sense.
And Tom has like, because you're just a good human being and a great businessman, he's been talking to Mike, and it looks like we might be able to partner up with. In my household, we use Mike's weather page exclusively for all of our dumb hurricane crap in Florida. So he's awesome.
He's starting in July, actually. He's going to come on a couple times
Yeah.
a month on ACT.
You got to come in
right,
when he's
yeah, I
on.
wanna
He's
come in
great.
there.
He's
Yeah.
great.
He's going to be
Such
our
a sweet guy.
official hurricane.
Because I got my Dark Sky app. Every morning I wake up, look at my Dark Sky
I love
app.
Dark
I like
Sky.
seeing the freaking satellites come through, what the weather's going to be like. I don't know.
But
Maybe that's an old thing, old man thing. It
I
seems
mean,
like.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And-
But no, even when I was a kid, I remember being in middle school and getting the newspaper in the morning, getting ready for school, eating my cereal, flipping the newspaper over where the weather is and looking at all the temperatures and across the
It's
U.S.
cool.
And I'm like,
Well,
oh my God,
let
this
me-
is like relaxing.
Let me change that. It's for nerds,
Okay,
and
there
then
we go.
nerds then turn into old men.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
old men nerds.
Old nerds, yeah.
Nerds that cover up their nerdism by jockism. And
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is some sort of sandstorm that's disrupting the
It's
natural
going to dry
weather.
out the tropics.
Yes, the dust is the visible part of the reduced tropical development potential area. And also, it's going to say, which is kind of cool because I love seeing the sunsets and stuff like that. It's going to be blah, blah, blah. This time next week, people living and visiting in the Caribbean and Gulf Coast beaches will be in for some spectacular sunrises and sunsets because the particles of dust interact with the sun particles and make for like crazy ass like
That makes sense.
visuals.
'Cause
Really?
yeah, that would make sense because it even as small as it is, it's still a item in
here.
the sky
The
that
science-
will
reflects off
The
Yeah,
will
science
reflect
says
the light. Yeah,
the dust particles high up in the atmosphere can scatter sunlight and create some
Yeah.
of the most vivid sunsets, is what they say.
Weird. I
That
never
is-
would have thought that would have happened.
really cool.
And it's amazing because the world does seem so gigantic, yet then you find out that like one volcano, they're like, oh, if this volcano ever goes off, it'll release a plume of dust that will cover the entire Earth and shield the Earth from sunlight and plummet us into a goddamn ice age. And you're like, what? One volcano? How is that? And then you start realizing like these dust storms and stuff will affect the weather globally.
They're huge.
And then you're like, it's way smaller than
I
it
mean, like
seems.
I know we've talked about this multiple times, but one of the times when I actually felt the most vulnerable and like human was when you and I were watching the dust storm in Las Vegas because I was like, to me, I was like, I've seen rain, I've seen hurricanes, I've seen tornadoes, I've even seen like twisters. And I can remember as a kid seeing a tornado that had popped up, even a small one in DeLand, and how terrified I was. It was really scared. Like, because I remember Mom and Dad being really scared. We lived in a little small house on Glenwood Road, and I can remember looking out. It was like in the 70s when a lot of houses had a ton of glass, so we had a vivid view of what was coming towards us, and it was a tornado. So anyway, all of that stuff super scary, but more scarier was that dust. That was weird. Like when you're standing there and you're seeing it and you can feel it, and you can feel it in your eyes and on your mouth and your tongue, and you're like, and it was blowing the doors of the Palms Casino wide open, broke up. Yeah, it was like, goddamn.
Yeah, I was in a small earthquake in Washington, D.C., and that was insane.
Yeah,
that felt crazy.
Yeah, earthquake. I've never been in an earthquake, but I can only imagine that is bananas.
Yeah, it's something that I couldn't even comprehend. Where people grow up in earthquake country, they just, like us with hurricanes.
No one understood what was going on. Everyone was like, freaked out because I lived in D.C. and Virginia for all my life almost.
Yeah,
and that was the first one I'd ever been in, and the pool was sloshing around. It was crazy. I was on a
the
pool
difference to me, and though, and maybe this is just my bias from living in Florida, but the hurricane thing to me, just seems like an elevated storm. It's
a real bad
but an earthquake,
because it's so big and you can't really see. Like a tornado, you can kind of see.
Like an earthquake, though, to me is more like an anomaly. It's like, oh my God, it's not like you can get like a hurricane. To me, is just a varying degree.
Plus,
but an earthquake is like a that's some shit.
There's no warning with an earthquake and a hurricane. We know for 10 days out, it's like you can get the hell away from it.
Even tornadic weather, you can see there's something crazy going on.
Yeah, I thought they're like the seismic waves. Like they start to go a little bit, and they can kind of.
They can, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't.
Most times they don't, because you never hear it. Hey, be careful! There's an earthquake coming in an hour here. You never hear that.
Well, it depends. Sometimes they know something's happening. Like sometimes it's just completely.
Something's
rando.
happening. They think, is it Godzilla? Or is it an earthquake? Like, what the hell?
There's something going on in Yellowstone.
What's happening?
Is there?
Yeah, Yellowstone National Park. There's been a lot of rumbles, and there's a mega volcano underneath Yellowstone.
That's been happening. I mean, obviously it's been
the seismic activity is ranked up.
Yeah, wow.
Let's get all the animals out of there.
Where are we on the doomsday clock? We got to be inching.
Hopefully, fucking right there.
The end of 2020 for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
we got to be closer than we've ever been, right? I don't want to turn this into last week's show. Next story.
Yeah, good.
They're fine.
Good point.
Well, yeah, I was gonna turn it because my asthma is gonna act up from all this dust. Just so you guys know. So as I'm coughing from next week, I'm gonna think
really
I
have asthma?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I'm even more scared.
You're gonna have to eat more ass.
I have mild asthma, so the amount of cardio I do, I kind of.
I was gonna say you do a lot of cardio,
but I go to the allergist and asthma doctor every.
What do they give you? You get the
shots.
An
inhaler?
I get my shots.
Yeah,
I have an inhaler, but I haven't used.
I was on the shots for a while and nothing happened, so I said, "Fuck your shot."
That is bro. Like how I was when I was like younger. I got sick probably at least once a month, once every 2 months. Now I never. I don't
really get sick, but my allergies are really bad. I itch.
And I still get them, but I don't get them near. Like mine will get bad, then turn to sickness.
Gotcha.
Now they just get a little bad, and then they just go away.
Gotcha.
So dude, it's a lifesaver getting the shots.
What else you got?
Okay, this one looked kind of fun just because I wanted to lighten it up. The untold truth of frozen pizza. Like,
all right.
Okay.
For the modern American family, frozen pizza is like manna from heaven on an average weekday night. It's fast, it's easy. It takes practically no planning or preparation, except for the preheating of the oven, blah, blah, blah. And most of America will call it a well-balanced meal.
Will they?
Wait, are you giving diet tips now? I like this.
No. This is not. I'm about to add only for fucking NARPs.
Who says a well-balanced?
Nobody says that. No, everyone knows it's not.
Even big fat slobs are like, this is not good for me, bro.
It has carbs. It has protein. It has veggies. It has fats.
Look, I'm as snarpy as anybody, and I exercise now. But my exercise, that Peloton has changed my life. It really has. Like now I know I can say for the first time ever, it happened in June? No. It happened in March. I made a 1 full year of exercising at least 5 times a week. Yeah, it's great. Now I know I've talked about it on here, but I really got to dial in my diet. Nobody here has ever looked at a frozen pizza and said,
"This is a well-balanced meal."
I've never even said this.
I never said it. I'm just reading what people say in the article.
Well, that's bullshit. I don't think even my fattest of friends do not know.
A Totino's pizza is not a well-balanced meal.
No, they're not.
Hey, but it's DiGiorno.
No.
Basically, it's getting to the history of it.
All right.
Okay, according to an article.
Man, you are popping over there.
Yeah, I know he's
Get him a drink.
That's what I was laughing at.
Yeah.
Why are you trying out?
It's my ginger, turmeric, lemon, and apple cider vinegar.
Is that fighting the esophageal cancer?
It just helps. It's supposed to help with throats and blood flow.
What do you got?
Nothing. It's my allergies, like you said, talked about. According to an article published on Critic Donkey, 2 out of 3 households.
Critic Donkey.
I know. I laughed at that too.
I have laughed a lot today.
According to an article, Critic Donkey. Critic Donkey.
I just spit a lot.
According to Critic Donkey.
Oh, he's spreading his Rona
I'm sorry. 2 out of 3 households consume frozen pizza regularly with an average national
credit
spend.
donkey, and I'll tell you what's a well-balanced meal.
People spend $4.4 billion annually. Okay, I just wanted to get the history of the fucking frozen pizza. Just hang on. That's all I cared about is where it started.
When's the last time that you as Seth Petrozelli, without judgment, I'm just asking the question, have ever had a frozen pizza?
Cauliflower pizza doesn't count.
No.
Well, then, yeah, I was about to say about a month ago, frozen cauliflower.
No, you got to get a screaming
full
Sicilian.
Yes.
You get the full screaming Sicilian. That's a good, like, Juan turned me on to that.
Hey, they put 400 pepperonis
the
on
Totino's ones are my favorite. The cheap-ass Totino ones are the
They
amazing.
are really good.
I ate 4 of those usually. Like, I'll have
God
because they're only like personal size.
They're
like
so good.
Oh, they're so good.
But have you tried
eat 'em like
screaming
I eat 'em
Sicilian?
like a taco.
Next time you do a cheat day, screaming Sicilian.
That's why he's screaming.
Meat.
I haven't had it in over.
It's bad for you.
At least a couple years.
But at least the ingredients they're using are like top quality ingredients. It's not like bullshit.
So you're saying it's a well-balanced meal?
No, it's not a well balanced at all. It's bad for you, but it's at least there's top quality ingredients. I think Juan's in there.
He's in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Screaming Sicilian is pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
and
it's
if you
good.
want to change anything to it, you throw some jalapenos.
Is it the
on
one
there.
with the typical Italian guy in the front?
No, it's got a face.
He does
and
have
then
a mustache.
on the back, it's got a
no.
mustache. You poke the cardboard out and you give it to your daughter, and she puts it in her nose, and it like makes her have a mustache.
I don't like that picture.
All
I
right.
don't agree with it.
You're Italian.
I don't agree with
Exactly.
it. That's why I
Oh,
didn't
is it
like
racist?
it.
Is it racist?
Yeah. Along with Chef Boyardee and Super Mario.
He was a real man. He was a real man, Chef Boyardee.
Okay, an article published in the New York Times. Is that a good base for you guys, New York Times?
I don't know.
Sure. I mean, it's no.
My truck says different.
Yeah.
My truck just growled at you.
If you like fake news.
In 1950, hailed the arrival of the precursor to the frozen pizza to the city that never sleeps. The ready-to-cook refrigerated pizza, first introduced by Leo Giuffre. I should know how to say that. Giuffre. Giuffre.
Okay.
Jeffrey? Leo Jeffrey?
I'm Leo Jeffrey. Eat my pizza.
You can
I thought you were going to say something else.
You can think of
Leo Jeffrey.
Let's do that pizza. You can think of his pizza as a pared-down version of Papa Murphy's, which I don't know what that is. What the fuck is a Papa
We have a
Murphy's?
Papa Murphy's here in Orlando. Papa Murphy's
Coming
is
in Lake
take and
Mary.
bake. Yeah, Papa
take and
Murphy's
bake.
take and bake.
What does that mean?
You go there and you tell them what you want, and they assemble
yeah.
you like
Oh, so
a
that's what it
Super
means.
thick deep dish pizzas.
Yeah,
they're,
and then
they're
they,
delicious.
And then they put all the stuff on it, and then they give it to you, and you take it home and you bake it in your oven.
I guess I just should have read further. The pizza itself was pre-prepared, but the cooking fell to the hands of the customer.
Yes.
He didn't read his own news story.
That's good.
No, I didn't know Papa Murphy's did that.
Here's a fun fact. Every person that's ever done news on this show never read their story.
That's true. That's absolutely
That's
true.
a fun fact.
That's
That's
absolutely
absolutely
true.
Tom and
true.
Ann guarantee.
That is a guarantee that we will only give you 35% of the knowledge. 35.
Gio Fruri rolled out his pizzas just 3 months prior in Boston. And after I was trying to pronounce his name. And after being considerably well received, he quickly expanded and opened a second location in Queens, New York. So it started in 1950, the frozen pizza, but it wasn't frozen, it was pre-prepared. And then
Well, how much money is the actual restaurant? Like, for instance, they make the pizza for you, like the raw dough, and then they give it to you to cook at home.
Yeah, I'll tell you how much it was.
But you're like putting it in the oven for them.
Papa Murphy pizza is like $18.
Oh,
They're
Oh,
expensive.
this one is
Well,
okay.
the ingredients, again, like a lot of these
Fresh.
companies are trying to...
$18?
They're
Like
trying to
18
give
For
you...
how big of a pizza?
Yeah, it's
well, would
big.
they cook it if you ask, like, hey, can
No,
you
No.
like,
no,
no?
They don't even have
They
an
don't
oven.
even have an oven, I don't think.
That's a good business model.
Yeah, well, Butler knows.
She's
I mean,
like, just cook it. I want to eat it here. Like, no.
I've
like,
done it a couple
fuck.
times. It's
Yeah, but
delicious.
I kind of like it. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I've gotten into this thing, you know, like from shows ago. Me and Juan were swapping these pizza recipes for Detroit style pizza. God, my mouth's watering. Where you make the dough.
good,
I
right?
make it all from scratch. I put it in the pan, and then I put all the toppings and the cheese and everything. I do the 3 stripes of whole. I make my own sauce from scratch with real tomatoes.
Yeah, that's good.
It's fucking great, but really bad for you. I mean, like, really, really bad for you. Like, really,
1,000 calories.
really
a slice.
bad for you.
but-
Yeah.
Also, I'm like mad that they won't cook it for me because that's what I want, but I don't want to cook it myself.
But like learning how to
cheaper.
cook
You
is
can go to
such a
Pizza
great
Hut.
skill.
not
man.
even learning how to cook.
It's a lost
You're
skill.
heating your oven and putting it in there. It's not really cooking.
Yeah, but you gotta
You gotta pay
watch
attention
it.
to
Yeah,
it.
he
You
knows.
gotta know just for the
Seth's
right
a
time
good
it's
cook.
melt. You gotta
I've seen some of the shit you make.
Yeah, I do all right.
Yeah, he's
I'm not bad.
Well, yeah,
He's a good cook.
Put it in an oven.
Set it and forget it.
Well, no,
my
hold
girlfriend
on,
is better. My girlfriend. I never thought I would say this ever because
Really?
every girl that I've dated was shit cook. Most of them, but Tracy, she's way better than me.
Well, but you also know.
But she needs to be doing.
You have to take your
shackles. I want her to do.
Yeah. Oh my Christ.
There it is.
I'm joking.
I would have to take the shackles off of you and say like, go for it, because I've seen you cook some shit that doesn't look healthy.
Well, for a cheat meal, maybe.
For a cheat
but
meal.
I make them healthy. Okay, I'll find a shitty NARP recipe and I'll change it and tweak it. Like,
So it's healthier.
Why don't you do this
Add
for us?
5 tablespoons of butter. I'll add 4 tablespoons of grass-fed butter. Add 5 cups of flour. I'll add paleo flour or tapioca flour
All right.
or almond flour.
Do they come out pretty close?
Oh yeah, you can't. Nobody can tell. Well, some
So
people.
you just
Yeah.
make it
I can't
gross.
tell it. No, it tastes, honestly, it tastes amazing.
I take the
tell the
recipe and I just
I
make
take
it
the
gross.
delicious stuff and I put garbage in
No,
there.
I put
You were
way
the
better
king.
stuff in it. Like I make sure if it says meat, it's not very good.
That was
lean
such a
grass-fed.
Norm McDonald. So you just make it gross. That was just so. Oh, you're funny.
Boy, I just want to let you know the pizza they sold back then in the 50s. It was 49 cents per the pizza.
No,
For the whole pizza?
For the whole
Damn.
9-inch round with no special toppings besides tomato sauce, mozzarella, olive oil.
Hey, that's what you got. 9-inch round.
9-inch.
8-inch.
8-inch.
Yeah, but people were only making like $3 a week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
an expensive
Well,
fucking
that's true.
pizza.
It was
Yeah.
a better time, except for
Yeah.
everything else that was
He
going
was
on.
making, he was making
Yeah.
3,000 pizzas a day back then.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
mean,
busy he
it
got.
was still Bronx Tale. They were still throwing the Molotov cocktail. Open the
Yeah.
slide over. If she opens the door for you, that's the one.
So what is what's the ending? Is that it?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
This is
yeah.
Seth's Pizza Update. You idiot. You didn't
just
know
made me-
you'd see it on the guide?
Sorry.
No, I was just wanting the history of the pizza. That's where it started. in the
Oh, okay.
50s.
With a frozen pizza.
With a frozen pizza, yeah.
Right.
Frozen pizza. History of the pizza. Who knows?
Everybody here okay with
started
frozen
in
pizza?
I started in Egypt, I
It's
think.
fine.
Not a fan?
It's fine. It depends what kind you get.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your
For
favorite
sure.
kind?
I don't know. I haven't had one in a long ass time.
I am anti-DiGiorno. I'm sorry.
I used
Yeah,
to
we're
like
talking
it a
about-
lot.
It's very, very doughy. The bread is like doughy.
Yeah,
I feel like they changed the recipe.
Thank you. I feel like when it
It's not as
first came
good.
out, I was like, this is pretty legit. And then I think they started to do what every big company
Cheaper and
does, and you
cheaper,
start
yeah.
pulling.
That's what's the interesting. Someone should do a documentary about the frozen
Ooh,
pizza because
Aldi has a Cuban frozen pizza.
What?
That's
All right.
goddamn delicious.
I just don't like the whole Aldi. I don't like their model. I don't.
I like it.
I used to like the California Pizza Kitchen, like those old pizzas back in the day.
Yeah.
what is
They
that?
still have those.
2002.
They're still
Did
around.
they?
I like.
Well, I
the-
haven't. That's how long. It's been that long since I probably
They
had.
got
a
it at Publix
frozen
right
pizza.
now.
I am with Butler. I can eat a California Pizza Kitchen pizza to get the taste of cock out of my mouth. I'm kidding.
Motherfucker.
No, I like it. Andrew and I used to go there all the time.
The frozen pizza though, it evolved where like people started making them in restaurants, and then obviously like big corporations started making them for sale in grocery stores.
Yeah.
But then they started making them cheaper and cheaper with less and less ingredients till they got to the $1.
Yeah.
Like it's not even Mama
I don't
Celeste,
even
but
think
it's
it's
like
real.
Totino's.
I don't even think it's like real food.
Yeah.
Like if you were to analyze it, it
Which
would
one are
be.
you talking about?
It's really just like it's
was-
just carbs with
I used to
oil on it.
Yes, I used to buy them in college. They're the Totino's.
Oh, that's the ones
frozen-
I like, the Totino one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was
that's-
5 for $1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
like,
he
and
can
I
eat
got the
four of
5
those.
for $1, and I ate 4. I had one left over for
what is it?
when I'm drunk.
Mama Celeste. What was the other
Yeah,
one?
I used to eat those
There
as
was
a kid.
Totino's, Mama
Totino's
Celeste,
so good.
Pillsbury made one for a while.
Did they?
Salt. It was
Yeah.
like salt and carbs.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Mixed.
So it seemed like the business model was like, let's see if we can get them cheaper,
Red
cheaper,
Baron.
cheaper. And
The chat room's throwing these out there.
there should not be a frozen pizza with a fucking pizza, the cellophane around it, the plastic wrap, and then the cardboard. It's fucking $1. Like you're like, how could you produce this much stuff and then ship it and then resell it and then still make a profit if it's a fucking $1? And the answer is they're making it so cheap of
Yeah.
garbage. It's just
It's
flour.
it's
and-
garbage.
I mean,
Well,
the
you ought to
cheese.
see the production plant at one of those places.
Yeah.
Well,
Then-
the more you cook, and Juan taught me this too. This is why I've kind of been like cooking all the time. The more you cook, the more you'll realize how much garbage
Yeah.
you eat. And I know that's
100%.
why you cook all the time, is
Yeah,
because
'cause
when you can control the ingredients, you can
Yeah, you
control
can
what
control everything.
But then-
control.
Then
We
the
know you like to
Yeah,
control,
you like to control your
things and
girlfriend.
people, yeah.
everything.
the pendulum swung back, and then companies like that Screaming Sicilian, they're like, well, screw it, we'll just make it higher
Premium. Yep.
price, but we'll put 10,000 pepperonis
It's
on
still
it.
junk food, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. It's like the guy that made the pepperoni. It's quality pepperoni. funny.
And then I think I'm gonna do my cheat meal this Sunday pizza now. I think we talked me into it.
Try
it. Sounds really
if
good.
you're doing where do you go when you get a pizza? Like, because you're Italian, I know you love pizzas because you sent me the nude photo of you with a large pizza on your cock, and then you're like, you can't do this because you're
Had
fat.
to be bigger than an 8-inch pizza. Though.
So where do you go?
The only place that's right, I could walk and get it because it's right down the street from me, and the pizza is really good. But they have gluten-free pizza because I'm a baby.
That's fine. Yeah.
Anthony's Thornton Park.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like Anthony's
really good.
a lot.
So Seth, but exactly what you told me about why you stopped eating, like doing your cheat day or whatever. Like I've been trying to eat a little more clean in the past 3 or 4 months, and then the other day, Crystal ordered pizza, and I ate like half a pizza, and I felt like shit after.
Oh no,
you ate half a
that's why I
pizza?
stopped eating.
It was
the way
a thin crust,
but feel so
yeah,
bad.
and then I had indigestion. I was like fucking acid reflux, and I was like,
oh,
and I felt like shit so bad, where I was like, this is not even worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's great, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Well, you could
Because
just
I'm like,
have
that's it. I got nothing.
You could just have like 1 or 2
know.
slices.
No.
I don't want
Everything in life has to be a bad
You
thing.
have to find the correct strand of marijuana that will suppress your appetite. And I'm just True Leave has this one called Sunshine Haze.
I need to get it.
The one that you and I were talking about. And when I get high off of that, I get hungry, but then I start eating something narpy, but I only do a normal narpy portion. And it blows my mind because I'll eat like tiny slices of pizza about that size. I'll eat 2 of those, which is a portion. It's still like 450 fucking calories, but then I'm like, okay, I'm all right. But then I dump 25 White Claws on.
Well, that's fine.
I'm gonna wash that down with
Don't
five
count.
White Claws.
For whatever reason, the calories.
Well, 1 is 0.
The calories.
2 is 1.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The calories in beverages, I'd never count. I'm like,
No.
I'm like, how's
I
this?
do.
That's the problem with people. People don't think that.
You and I talked about that last week.
That's in my diet.
I just pee it out. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's not true, but I like it.
I'm like, this is liquid. It's not going to turn
Yeah,
into
no,
fat.
exactly.
I know science.
Exactly.
Yeah, I make a big point of that. I make a
Me
big
and
point
Tom
of
know.
that in my diet.
I'm with you.
I say
I'm
that
excited.
specifically.
That's why I
it should be
texted
done
you.
tonight. I got a rough draft yesterday, and I
It's
had
just
to tweak
water
a couple things with my editor, and it should be done
I'm
tonight.
excited about his diet.
It's like 20-something pages.
I want to try it.
It's too strict.
It's really not that strict.
Yeah.
It is, but you just
It's very
Look at you, Seth. Look at the way you look.
Come on,
You're a goddamn goddess.
It's got to be strict.
Is that last
discipline
story?
in life? No, I got.
Because
Well, I got
we're
2.
getting tight. We probably needed to do one more and take a break.
Let's do one
Would
more.
you rather do
Pick a good one.
a happy one or a depressing one?
Happy.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
I'm going
Whenever he gives
depressing.
me a choice, it makes me feel like I want to go the opposite.
Yeah. I kind of want to go depressing.
Well, how about I give the happy one, and then I'll just mention the
Can you
depressing
Can I
one.
just say something really quick before
Sure.
it starts? Because we were talking about diets and losing weight. Big Fat Luis, Normal Chunga, said, I had an entire package of Oreos as a kid because it said fat-free, thinking I wasn't going to gain any weight or get fat from it.
Oh, Norm. I'll
We
give you
all
a
thought
hug.
that as a kid, though, right?
Yeah.
When we saw the words
No,
fat-free.
but that's because companies, let's all say it together,
was on purpose.
let's say corporations are evil, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
know
Yeah.
it's what it is, and they don't look at it like this, but it's a fucking lie.
Well, yeah.
And they know it's a lie.
I was just a dodo as a kid. I just figured I was going to eat them all anyway. Might as well just eat them all in one sitting.
You know, my dad actually ate healthier than even my mom and I would have. We were trying to, we'd go with the fat.
I don't know. He had a lot of salt.
He did, but
Sodium crazy.
He'd go but naturally, if you just stick to like a lot of things that are just natural, he likes salt and he liked butter. But he hated margarine. He fucking hated anything fat-free. He hated anything that has any kind of chemicals or like he's stuck to just the normal shit. Now, was it great shit? No, it wasn't.
But natural's way better than synthetic.
Thank
and
you.
chemical process,
He died of lupus, which really had very little to do with how he was eating. Like that just kind of scarred his lungs up pretty bad, and he couldn't breathe anymore. But it's true. Like I always try to now, even if I'm going NARP, I just go like, is that like chemical bullshit? Is that processed bullshit? Well, then I won't eat it. But is that like just a butter cookie? Sure, I'll eat that. Yeah. It's better for me, even though I'm cheating and I'm big fat slob. It's still
you
better
can
for
at
me.
least cheat good. There's better ways to cheat.
Sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Like grass-fed butter is fucking amazing.
And you say corporations are evil, but that's like saying a shark is evil when he eats a surfer. They're just doing what sharks do. Corporations,
You're right. It's what they gotta do.
Corporations do what
I don't know if that
corporations
analogy
do.
Not quite. I see where he's trying to go.
But
He's
just
saying
make
they're
money.
soulless. Their purpose isn't to even consider whether you think one way or the other.
Well,
it has nothing to do with that. It's the bottom line.
They're
The
apathetic.
people are the dumb ones. It's like the corporation.
He's right.
Yeah, but they're taking advantage of.
Well, they know people are stupid.
It's all about the money. It's not about the people. Yeah,
that's what corporations
get.
If we want to live in a capitalist society, that's
bring
what
down
works.
capitalism. What's your last story?
You got to be informed.
All right, so this made me feel good because there might be other alien civilizations that are going through the same bullshit we are in this horrible fucking world.
All right.
There may be more than.
I thought this was positive.
Yeah, well, it's positive because of that. There may be more than 36 intelligent alien civilizations in the Milky Way. Scientists say this is brand new. They just came out the other day.
Really?
So, yeah. Okay. Humans have long suspected that we are not alone in the universe, and now scientists have said there may be dozens of alien civilizations lurking not too far from Earth. Some of them may even be advanced enough to communicate with us. According to the new study in the Astrophysical Journal, scientists at the University of Nottingham estimate that there is a minimum of 36 communicating intelligent alien civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy.
Now, are they saying that based on...
This estimate is actually conservative. It's based on the assumption that intelligent life forms on other planets in a similar way to how it does on Earth.
Clicking like the kid that uses
He's been doing it the whole show.
No, the dolphin thing. The kid that does the dolphin click, the blind kid. He's
Am I clicking? Really?
Don't listen to
My
him.
mouth is a little dry right now.
They'll pick
My
you
throat's
apart,
dry,
Seth.
too.
They do it to me.
Everybody knows the dolphin kid. He uses his clicks. He's like, there's a bike over there.
Any
There's a car
tiny
over
mess
there.
up, Seth, they'll attack you. Just push on.
Apparently. Okay. Previous calculations of alien life have been based on you guys have heard of this, the Drake equation? I think I talked about this before, the Drake equation, which includes 7 factors needed to find the number of intelligent civilizations.
Yeah.
Written
They
by an
always call me
astronomer.
on their cell phone.
Interrupt me.
That's the last one I had to do.
Written
I
by
did
an
a whole
astronomer,
week.
an astrophysicist, Francis Drake. The estimates have been extremely broad, ranging from 0 to a few billion civilizations. But this new one said that there could be 4 to 211, with 36 being the normal.
So here's the problem with this because
It's the turmeric. It's making his mouth dry.
Am I still doing it?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit, little clicky.
Doing a little pop.
so
Give me, Butler, give me some water.
Oh, he snapped. And he snapped.
Now you've got it. Let the hate run.
Control. I like to control everything.
Say please.
So
Get on your knees.
physicists.
Give me 2 White Claws. I'm going to shotgun them right now.
Ooh,
Say
get it.
please.
If he gets it, you have to do it.
That made me horny.
There's a lot of scientists that have said this before, and based on the equation, they started looking at the amount of actual solar systems there are in the universe, and it's insane, billions, and then the amount of planets in that solar system, the billions, like 100 billion times 100 billion is like how many planets. Like it's so astronomical that they started just doing basic math. They're like, all right, even if there's like 1% chance of a planet containing life in a particular even around a star like us, you know what I'm saying, then there should be hundreds of thousands or 100 million different intelligent life forms out there that are like us, like the probability of that.
Right.
But we haven't had, there's no evidence of anything. So a lot of people are like, why does the math say that there should be intelligent life to the point
Maybe we're too dumb to even see it.
well, there's a lot of theories. There's
Or
one of them
we're
is
too
that
dumb for them to even contact us.
Yes.
They want
Right.
to wait till we're advanced enough to.
there's a theory that we're so devolved or not evolved enough where we can't even understand that there's intelligent life around us, and there's like an ant mound theory where the ants like on Earth don't realize that there's humans walking around, like they're on, it's kind of the same like theory that we are like
I can see
ants,
that.
and that we don't even understand that there's intelligent life forms that just pass by us because they are looking at us like we're we're idiots. Why even mess with us? If you're that advanced,
They can't even wear masks to Publix.
then there's other theories.
those inferior humans.
Why are you talking like a robot?
This one can't even skip.
Sam's on it too now.
We're so dumb.
That's how aliens talk. I thought.
It's
I mean, I'm assuming aliens are half robot hybrids. So
Right.
there's
we created them
computer
millions of years
brains.
ago.
Cyborg.
People's logic is flawed because they're like, they're gonna come here and steal our water. There's trillions
By
of
the way,
gallons of water in the
Karen
Astro-
stole your
Astro-
water from Publix.
An
She
asteroid
bought
has
all
more
of it.
water on it than the whole planet Earth. They could just-
Stupid.
Yeah.
So
could catch that
there
in
would be
space
nothing that we have that anybody would be interested in if they were advanced enough to even make it here. Then there's the theory that no other intelligent life has been able to get to the point where they can travel or contact other people because they end up killing themselves or some sort of event ends up killing them.
Yeah.
And so there's that. There's a bunch of them. It's pretty interesting why. And man, I hope that we find something before I die.
Yeah,
because
that's like my
that would be
dream.
cool.
That's a cool worst where people say the mummy sound.
Yeah.
That like that's cool, but like that would be really cool to know that we have like something else out there. Like,
just some sort of transmission to like even if it was that we couldn't even find out, it would be like 100,000 years before we could even like communicate with them. Like say we got some radio transmission that's like so far away that the transmission could have been from 10 million years ago, but it would prove that there's
something else out there.
Intelligent life. That would be awesome, but who knows if that's gonna happen before we die, because there's such our lives. Like right now, our own lives are such a tiny little speck of time that the likelihood of us finding other intelligent life in that little speck is next to nothing. So
that makes me feel so much better about dying too. I do think of that every time.
There you go. And we do have to take a break. And so let's set up this break. We'll take it, and then we'll come back. We'll do some dump them out and get out of here for the weekend. All right.
A 20-year-old committed suicide, by the way.
Jesus, man.
What happened?
Why did you sneak that in?
Oh,
that was my bad news.
I actually read that story.
What was it?
He committed suicide because he had a $730,000 negative balance on an online trading thing called Robinhood.
Wait, was this Brian Mike? What happened?
No.
Oh my God.
I actually read the story. I'll tell you. So apparently, which it didn't really say in the story how this particular 20-year-old had amassed this much money.
They gave him leverage. They gave him like I'm trying to think what you call it. They give you money because he put something up as collateral, I guess, so they give you money to play with.
Like a pawn shop?
I don't know.
700. So basically, there's this app called Robinhood. It's basically they invented it.
It says there was an error in the app to get unlimited lending. That's what Tuna Daddy says.
So it's like they marketed towards
some kind of glitch
millennials for trading, to get people into trading for younger people, whatever.
Yeah.
And so Robinhood app is easy to trade.
I'm sort of familiar.
I think my husband has that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not on it, but I know what you're talking about.
This 20-year-old was got home for college, and it turns out it was a mistake, and it wasn't that he actually had a negative $700,000 balance.
Oh my God!
But
it really wasn't.
He did have a negative seven.
No, it said that he had a negative balance, but it may not have represented uncollateralized debtness at all, but rather his temporary balance until the stocks underlying his signed options actually settled into his account. So I don't think he really was.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh my God.
So he saw that and he was like, ugh.
But what doesn't make any sense is this kid obviously had some sort of knowledge about how to use this app, right? And
no, he said, quote, I have no idea what I'm doing. That was part of his note.
Okay,
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, then that $700,000 wouldn't have been anything. Like, there's no way he had no idea what he's doing and then amassed like $700,000 to even be negative or positive. That's what didn't make any sense. So what tells me about the story is there's more to it, and they just wrote it based on like, hey, this guy had committed suicide, which is super sad based on this negative balance. But why didn't he know he didn't have that much money? Yeah. Why did he then?
He was what, 20?
20.
That's why.
No,
exactly.
But no, okay, but hold on.
Kids are dumb. Think about when you were 20. How many times did you overdraft and whatnot?
Yeah, but I
have to teach my girlfriend about it all the time.
Yeah, but okay. So Samantha, I know kids are dumb, but I've overdrafted 1,000 times. So if I went to my Wachovia account in college and then it said negative $750,000, I would at least know that this is some sort of mistake. That's impossible.
But you don't know. This is new to him. This is a new app to him. He doesn't know how it works, and also you don't know how his mental state was at the time too.
Yeah,
that could have been.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That maybe it's way more of like
it was a trigger.
This person,
all it was.
Well, like fuck. Now all this is happening.
Chemically imbalanced.
Well, you with that versus me with that. There's your answer, right? You open your app, you see negative 750. I open my app, see negative 750. We're each going to handle it differently.
Well, to kill yourself is the extreme.
I'm not saying I would kill myself, but I think I'd be a little more up in arms than you would be.
True, but what didn't make sense, and this is why I get mad at stories like
I'd
this.
go on a killing spree.
Is because they
my God,
they wrote it as if they blamed or they were trying to like put blame on this app for the reason why this person killed themselves.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And then I was like, well, none of it makes sense because
no,
why
the reason the guy killed himself is because there was something
he's mentally ill
greater there.
Because or did he because I would understand a little more if he did amass $750,000 and he thought he lost.
Oh, like if he knew what he was playing with.
Well, that's the thing. But
you're right.
Because it was just this random number, and there was nothing in the story that told me yes he had amassed this and then he thought he lost it. Because that's a different story. That's like the Japanese businessman that jumps out the window because he thought he lost his entire family's fortune. This was like a mixture of confusion, not understanding it, and the fact that there's no way he had $750,000 in this account to begin with. So it all culminated.
Ended on suicide.
I knew you'd like this because it was about betting and gambling. And
it's not even gambling.
Yeah.
It's just like
kind of stock market's gambling. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean it's
money.
Playing the market.
But the thing is, how did he think that he had lost this much money if he never had it to begin with? That's what I didn't, and that's they never explained it. So how would he get so upset that he lost this much money and to kill himself if he never even had $750,000?
People got approved for houses they couldn't afford and ended up killing themselves.
No. I know what he's saying. Like Tom's saying he's not like there's more to the story because in order to take drastic action like that, you would have needed to
exhaust everything.
Well, there would have needed to be some.
Tuna Daddy says he took out the free lending. You could literally take out millions if you wanted to. So he took out a bunch of money.
Took out money.
Oh yeah.
No, hold on.
So did he?
No,
did he just think that he?
You can't just go loan to millions.
It was a glitch.
Yes, you
it was a
can
glitch.
because it was the glitch in
Remember,
the app.
it was a glitch, and then so you could take
You're
out
forgetting the
50,000 at a
details.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then So
he was taking advantage of the glitch. It's completely possible to think that he knew enough.
He just kept taking loans out and
to
loans
take
out,
take out. Then you get the negative balance, and you realize that what you did was bad.
He should have bet it all on black or something.
But again, if he didn't earn the money and it was just loaned money, I know it all comes back to the person was obviously had other issues for them to end your own life because of a glitch that you were messing with this app, and then all of a sudden
legally he probably could have got off and could always file bankruptcy or something.
Well, you don't have to pay back. I mean, if you owe any of us owe $700,000, you can declare.
Now Juan is saying, Juan in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, he says there are other people that actually made tens of millions because of the glitch. I'm going to guess they didn't get to keep that. So.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Damn it.
I got a drink package because of a glitch on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah,
I got taken
you got
away.
your money back, though. You got
no,
your money
I haven't.
Back. Oh,
I got an email saying I was getting my money back. I haven't got it back yet.
Well, let's take our break then.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah. Then we'll dump them out.
Name of the band is Territories. The name of the song is Second Son. It's from their brand new When the Day Is Done EP. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Samantha, Butler, and Seth are all here hanging out with us. Welcome back to the show. Or are we going to jump into Dump 'em Out now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we can do that. Still haven't finished the intro. And I will, though. I will.
Dump 'em out now. Dump 'em out.
Dump 'em out now. Dump 'em out. Dump 'em out now. Dump 'em out. Dump 'em out.
Dump 'em out. Dump 'em out now. Dump 'em out. Dump 'em out now. Dump 'em out. Dump 'em out now. Dump 'em out. Dump. It's Raven Dave.
Dump 'em Out, brought to you by Goldsmith
That's
Jewelry
pretty
Shop.
good. Maybe we should do our own theme song every week.
What do we got?
It's brought to you by Goldsmith.
Yeah.
I love me some Goldsmith. Chuck E. Cheese is closing down, and it looks like they've gone bankrupt. My daughter is very upset because she loves Chuck E. Cheese. I love Chuck E. Cheese. I know what it is. No need to judge me. I know exactly what it is. It's a hellhole, but we enjoy it.
I lost my sister there when I was a little kid.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
I
found her.
I like going there with Maisie, and we get some pizza. And I was convinced that I was the only person that gave a fuck that Chuck E. Cheese was closing down. I told my wife, she's like, good, I hate that place. I told you, good, hate that place. I told Crystal, good, hate that place. I told Butler, he's too stoned, didn't know. I told Sam, she said, good, hate that place. But
Never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
The rapper Boozy Badass shares the same exact feeling that I have. This is audio from a video he posted on his Instagram upon finding out that Chuck E. Cheese was going to be closed. Here's Boozy Badass.
Oh, no, why did he change his name?
Why is it not playing? The fuck? Hold on. Something's wrong.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Oh! Hold on. I'm going to have to do it this way now.
All right.
I did the double click. Right? No!
It's not me. It's a speller.
Something's wrong.
No, that's fine. I'll.
No, it's not fine.
I'll tell you.
Tom pulled too many cords.
I just found out that Chuck E. Cheese going bankrupt. 2020 fucked up, man. I ain't never think Chuck would be gone. I ain't never think Chuck E. Cheese would be gone. 2020 fucked up. Chuck E. Cheese, man. The best pizza in the world.
Boozy.
I gotta tell my little girl Chucky gone.
I'm with him. I gotta tell my little girl Chucky gone.
I wanted to hear him tell her and her go.
I gotta tell my little girl Chucky gone.
Best pizza in the world. Is
I remember that pizza though.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I just remember the games.
No. They actually, it's way better. It really is. It really is way better. Well, yeah, it was way better. They revamped the menu, I want to say about a year ago, and it's way better.
I mean, you have to put in the same category as 7-Eleven pizza, right? It's not much better than that.
See, you can't really say that because when we did the blind taste test in here, 7-Eleven ranked the highest out of all the pizzas we brought in.
It just...
if you remember the show.
Yeah.
It's all these kid places where all parents know that if you take your kid to this place, they will get diarrhea after because it's inevitable that they're gonna touch whatever they're touching.
Maisie didn't get it. Yeah, look, but we
didn't
get it from Chucky. I think at least the one that we had at Waterford Lakes, it was a nice Chuck E. Cheese in a nice shopping pavilion, and it was pretty decent. Like, now she's gotten diarrhea from other places before, but not from Chucky. So maybe I just had a good run.
She lucked out because any of these places where it's a bunch of kids running around, touching everything.
527 locations.
Touching their mouths, like they just get sick. That's why kids get sick at school. It's So if that's your business plan in this current era, not too good for you.
Yeah,
it's
There's ways
there's like so much
stuff.
stuff.
Just like everything else is getting
not with these places. Like I don't think
kids are like
they'll ever be back.
licking like the video games and stuff. Like it's
how are you going to tell the kids not to touch something, touch their mouth?
All they do is touch shit.
Yeah.
Yell at them, you smack them.
It doesn't
Control.
Picking their ass.
They're kids.
It's impossible. You know, there's some people saying, and Tom and I were talking about that this morning about kids going back to school wearing masks because like not with a 4 or 5-year-old ain't going to happen. You're crazy if you think that's going to work.
You could drop them off with the mask, but if you think that they're not touching their face, touching the spitting, I'm like,
I drop my
when they
daughter
get back, they may show up with a mask, and you think like, good. It's like this is just a
But
facade.
during the whole time, it was off with that shit crammed in it.
Every Monday, I drop my daughter off. Every Monday afternoon, pick her up, doesn't have clothes on.
Yeah. It's like
no, I'm just saying it's kind of like that. It's like, where's your backpack? Where's your water? Where's your homework? Where's your shirt?
Where's your lunchbox?
Why'd you change your pants? Oh, you got mud on them on the playground. Okay, well, where are those? Oh, you don't know? Oh, you think your friend took them home? Oh, it's a fucking out of control.
I think a lot of these places, and it's sad because the business owners and the people that work there, and there's a lot of
just the
repercussions.
memories, the nostalgia, the fun.
It's just they, in my opinion, they'll never be back.
Sweet tomatoes, Chuck E. Cheese, salad bars, so any type of Asian buffet.
I don't know.
Gone.
Don't touch that.
But they're gone. Well, when you were doing your eating competitions, you would, but they're gone. Like any type of
sweet
self-serve.
tomatoes was my cheat place.
I love sweet tomatoes, but any type of self-serve like food joint.
Those
even our public salad bar shut down.
No, they reopened it about 2 weeks ago,
and
but
then they closed it
I'm
back
sure
down.
it's going to be closed down.
No, it's closed now.
Oh, it was today?
Now it's
wait, so they're not
they got a
making
lady
subs?
serving it. Yeah,
they're making subs still.
Yes, but they're making
salad bar. We have a salad bar here.
You guys have a salad?
Yeah, you can make your own salad.
Yeah. Well, it's gone though because like now you have to have the lady make the salad.
And
I don't like
sneezing on it.
What's your feeling? I don't like standing there with a young teen girl and telling her
more
2
tomatoes.
scoops of lettuce. 2 scoops of lettuce.
Give me more turkey.
Like I don't like that.
It's annoying to me.
I've never used a salad bar in my entire life. I have no idea.
So I always have to say, like, every time they put an egg on, I'm like, 1 more egg, please. Another egg.
Well,
Can
then
you
don't
give me
say
6
one
eggs,
more.
please?
Yeah, just
well,
say
I
six.
say
That's
give me a
plenty.
bunch. I say give me a bunch, so I'm hoping they'll give me a bunch. And they give me
I don't
one.
know what you mean. Does 6 eggs mean? Does that mean 12 halves?
And then they have to go to the back and get more eggs because they only have 3 in the container at the time.
See, Tom was saying this earlier.
A lot of fucking eggs.
Yuck.
Like a week or so ago, but AMC's making a comeback as well. Like they announced they're actually coming back. The movie theaters.
What are they doing?
They're going to be doing, I guess, like a phased reopening, I guess, but they're not requiring face masks and they're doing some sort of crazy sanitation process.
To not require face mask in a movie theater. That's
You
kinda-
can't get
that's
that
easy.
clean.
No shit, right?
I still predict
I used to work at one of those. They don't get clean.
Really?
that movie theaters are.
I think they're done.
Are going to
It's
be
like this
shut
couch.
down eventually over time because
I think this is the
video on
nail.
demand has proved pretty fruitful.
I think this is the nail
what
to
does?
Video
prove.
on demand.
Yeah, but I think this is the nail to prove that we can have big theatrical releases within our homes.
Yeah, correct.
And
Wait, I thought the drive-in was coming to. I thought there was a big drive-in theater. coming
There's
out.
been one. There's a
There's one in
historical
Lakeland.
one. Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was
I think
another
one in
one that just happened.
Ocala.
You know what's better than watching a movie at a drive-in? Everything.
I would just pull up my Hellcat and just rev the engine the whole time. Like,
You know what I want to do? I want to sit in my house and get shit-faced. I don't want to sit in a car and get shit-faced and have to drive home from the drive-in. And then one was like, all right, giant, big screen. I got a big screen at home. And then I don't have to sit in my fucking stinky car.
We got guys like Neo Del Rio in our Twitch chat room. He says, with all due respect, fuck Chuck E. Cheese. And my counter to that would be, but why? Chuck E's done nothing to you.
my counter would be, fuck you.
Every time I've gone to Chuck E. Cheese, me and my daughter have had a moment. We've had a good time. It really is. I know you guys are probably thinking I'm trying to be contrarian or fucking Danny Funny Man. No, we actually really like it. Every time we've gone there, we've had a great time.
Yeah.
And it's just not for everybody. I know it has a stigma. I know people don't like it, but I'm a little sad. You know, she sleeps every night with a life-size Chuck E. Cheese doll that's bigger than her.
Oh, now you gotta throw it away in front of her. You gotta pick it up and be like,
I told
they
her.
closed now. And then
I
toss
told
it
her.
in the
You know what
trash.
she said? There's the counterpart, the girl. Her name is Helen.
Keller.
No, no, she's a blind chicken. Helen.
A blind
Clock?
chicken?
Helen Clock or something. It's a chicken. Look it up on
I'm trying, hold on.
but she wants the girl to be with Chucky, and I was like, I don't think we can even. I don't even think they're reopening. I think that's just done. I think it's like.
Tell me what you liked about it, because that's where I'm having. Did you like the
I like the
sausage?
games. I'm a game guy.
Helen Henney.
Helen Henney. You don't like the stuff I like. You don't. You're not. You're
You
not,
like spending $100 on a game card, all to win
$24, sir. $24.
22 cents of plastic garbage.
$24 for both of us. That's
will be punted into the trash
look,
immediately.
I'll fight you on this because I know all the answers. It's cheap. It holds her attention. We can both play it. I like video games. She likes video games.
Did you like looking around and thinking to yourself, am I at the gathering of the Juggalos?
I am. I know what you're saying. I'm sticking to. I'll die on the hill. I loved it. I love me some Chuck E. Cheese.
And then the diarrhea. That's,
she never got it though. That's the thing, is that we always had a really good, experience there.
That's how I feel about the adult one. I'm blanking out. What is the name of the
Dave
big
and Buster's.
Dave and Buster? Oh,
That'll be gone too.
Fuck yeah.
Arcades are done, right? I mean, like, where are you going to go to a place and use somebody else's gaming system? That's basically what you're doing. You're not going to do that.
I mean, maybe eventually. Like I say, it's not maybe not forever. But the problem is these big businesses, they can't wait it out for 2 years or whatever it is. So it's like they've got to fold. And this will be the nail in the coffin for the Chuck E. Cheese, the Monkey Joe's, like all those type of things. Even the movie theaters. I know people like still going to the movie theaters, but how are these companies going to last when say it comes back 50% capacity? They're gonna last and sustain on 50% revenue. How are they gonna do that? Any business owner will if you were faced with, hey, you're going to have 50% revenue for the foreseeable future for the next couple of years. You're going to have to sustain off that. And then maybe after the vaccine in years, here's the, okay, they come out with a vaccine. It's going to be years before they distribute it to 400 million Americans, or how many people need it. Then you got the pockets of people that don't believe in it. It's going to be a mess. So not to paint a bleak picture.
Have we talked about that at all?
What?
Like that? Have we talked about the fact that I don't believe in COVID?
No. I told you. I wrote in the notes. I said, don't mention that.
Okay.
Because
I just want to make sure.
Not everybody's going to follow.
I understand that, but I just
we'll cut that part out.
Okay, yeah. You're going to have to edit that part out.
Put that in the BDM outdoorsman group. They'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Also, certain demographic.
A guy in there told
me. It falls all in demographic.
There was a guy in the BDM outdoor group that told me I could shoot it away.
I'm in there. I got some free boat keychains for you guys.
What?
Coming soon. Says COVID isn't real.
Oh, let's talk about bug assaults. We got our bug assaults.
Yeah, we did.
Butler loaded one up with some premium.
Immediately opened it up.
Bug assault brand A grade salt shot.
I've always wondered.
I saw that. You guys have one?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we have any more.
We might. And then Butler went outside and then decided to shoot it. What happened? What happened to you?
Well, I was looking for a bug naturally because that's what you should do with that thing, and I couldn't find one. So I saw a leaf on the patio, and so I was like, "I'm gonna shoot that fucking leaf." And so I shot the leaf. Didn't realize it was against the wall, and it ricocheted off the wall back into my face like a Christmas story. And
I
almost shot my eye out.
Yeah.
Immediately, literally
one shot, and then he started screaming.
Within 1 minute,
we got a package
of
and
owning
then,
it.
Butler's like, I don't know what this giant package is, and we're like, open it up. He's like, it's our bug assaults, and there's 12. They sent us
12.
a dozen.
Now, why are they all gone? Number one.
We started giving them away like crazy.
Yeah, but I
had one.
I took two. One for me, one for Maisie.
Yeah.
I gave Sean, our fish tank tech, one, and his assistant one.
Yeah.
I took one, gave one to Steven Simon, our White Claw guy.
Okay, that's great.
I took 3.
Oh, you took 3.
Gave one to my niece.
You.
2 are in my car. 2 afraid to go.
You're not supposed to give those to children.
No, he was gonna give them to Tommy and Max, but let's just say,
dude, I shot my hand
after all of the spicy.
Let's
just say after DJ Dave and his blue light really spiced up the Van household, he tucked them back in his trunk because he wasn't willing to fight that day.
Seth, will you let me shoot your nards?
Yeah, 100%. I just asked him to shoot me with it.
Let's do it.
We have one right there.
Load it up.
I got this. Hold on.
What, you're gonna shoot Seth in the balls with a bug assault?
His nards.
How bad will this hurt, really? Like, have you shot?
I mean, he shot himself in the eye.
It's just salt, and I'm guessing that your balls
ricochet.
are already salty. So
Yeah. Let me. I'll shoot him through your pants from right here.
no, I want to see him. Shoot him
I
right
hope
in
he
the.
blows a hole through your
I'll pull
pants.
my balls
Hey, why
out
do we
and-
have that crease? When we're being
It's where
formed,
God sealed you up.
when we're being formed in the womb, like, does that grow together? Like, why is that my pussy, my balls?
How about you shoot me in the butt?
No, balls.
But only if
balls is fine, but it's gonna be
only
through the
if you
pants,
put the
unless let me take my
barrel
balls
in
out.
his butt and inject the salt into his asshole.
Consent to take my balls out, Sam?
You can't do it on Twitch, but
Yeah, you can't do it on Twitch. I can turn your camera off.
No, use it through the pants.
I can put it on the fish tank. If I put it on the fish tank like now, then we can do it.
Oh, I might have a red underwear. They're kind of thick.
My dad would. My dad had a bug assault. He was just shooting it in his mouth. Killed himself.
Yeah.
Puts it on his soup.
He shot himself in the mouth with a bug assault, and then he had a heart attack and died.
Butler's the
Can't
type
find it,
of
Butler?
no ammo.
you stole all the salt.
Wait, you don't have any salt?
Load it up with something else hard.
There might be salt in the cabinet.
Put some sand in it.
No, there's
Put
not
some
even-
pepper in it and blow my face.
Wait a minute. Sand is the same
doesn't come
consistency
loaded.
as salt.
Yeah.
So couldn't I shoot these bugs with sand?
Load it up with anything.
Put a bullet in it.
Don't you got one of those True Leave THC? Crush one of those pills up. It's like sand.
Hey, put some THC dust in it and shoot weed into his eyes. That's not a bad idea.
I'm sure I won't freak
You
out.
got your license. We're all legal here.
Yeah, you're fine. I'll shoot you in the face with weed. And you're like, come. I'm sleepy.
No, I'd be like, let's go for a walk.
Let's do some more dumping out while they're
graham
listening.
crackers. What do you got there?
Okay, graham crackers. Did you know, and I got to pull this up really fast. Did you know, because I've done this before, and I think I've said this before. Graham cracker. Let me type this in. This is what I do when I'm high. Do you know the origin of graham crackers, where they came from?
No.
This is like the pizza store I had.
Okay, this one's pretty interesting. So a graham cracker is a sweet-flavored cracker made with graham flour. Okay, we all know that. But it originated in the 1880s. It was eaten as a snack food, and just like we do today. Now, it was created by Sylvester Graham, who was part of a 19th century temperance movement. He believed that you needed to minimize the pleasure of situations in your life. And that was the way. If you coupled too much pleasure with a vegetarian diet, like your wife, right? That anchored by bread made from wheat coarsely ground at home was how God intended people to live. If I want to sound like a Southern preacher. So he would make these graham crackers, and then he would preach this vegetarianism, and he's considered by many to be the father of modern vegetarianism.
Really?
The guy that invented graham crackers. The only problem is that as time went on, and let me go to, I'm going to just click on old Sylvester Graham, because this guy was anti-masturbation big time. Like, he was anti-everything pleasure. Anything that gave you, like, drugs, alcohol, all that bad.
I like this guy.
Boring.
But then get this. So he ready for the punchline. Graham died of complications after receiving opium enemas as directed by his doctor at the age of 57.
What?
In
Guy didn't like pleasure? That sounds like the best thing I ever heard.
Opium enemas.
You said exactly what I said. I'm reading this to my wife.
Fuck you, Graham.
I'm reading this to my wife, and I'm like, for a guy that didn't like pleasures, shooting opium in your butthole sounds amazing.
Yeah,
That's extreme.
I mean, that's like the best ever.
The Congress guy that votes against gay marriage is tapping his feet at the
Right.
airport.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
you're a hypocrite piece of shit.
Check this out. Graham died of complications after receiving opium enemas as directed by his doctor at the age of 57 at his home in Northampton, Massachusetts. His early death was a source of criticism and speculation for all of his teachings. It kind of fucked him all up. Historian Stephen Nilsbaum was written that Graham died after violating his own strictures by taking liquor and meat in a last desperate attempt to recover his health. So...
To help himself?
I like how they didn't know anything about
He didn't.
But I'm dying. Liquor and meat.
That is exactly what he did.
Make sure it's grass-fed.
Now, we all know
More
that
opium
we all know that through modern science that eating a vegetable diet or going a high concentration of vegetable diet, you need protein. Seth knows that. But veggies are awesome, and they're great for you. You know, you get all kinds of great nutrients and fiber's so good for you.
And protein.
Yeah, and exactly, and protein. But, you know, but a balanced diet is great. So this guy went all veggies, but then he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and he went wrong veggies, and then he got sick with something that had nothing to do with even his vegetable diet.
Ate, all corn.
Yeah, but let's think about this for a second. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be Mr. Meat or you could be Miss Veggie. If you're eating both of those, your probability of getting cancer, I mean, sometimes it's just sometimes it's just a giant roll of the dice.
A good, healthy frozen pizza. That's a well-balanced
We
diet.
learned that here. So then you get cancer. Correct. So what do? Because you're dying and you don't understand science, you say, I need all the meat and opium enemas in the world.
Yeah,
so there you go. I thought you would like that story.
And for sure, all his friends are talking shit about him. They're like, it's the fucking veggies that got him.
Exactly.
Right.
I knew it. We knew
wanted
it.
to play. That was the whole point of the story was to say that everybody's going to want to say, like, oh, it was because of the veggies, it's because of this, because of that. No, it was a roll of the dice, and he got something bad, and then he went about it the wrong way. Instead of just continuing to eat healthy and like exercise or like whatever, no, he went for the meat and the opium enemas. And
you know what? Give me the meat and the opium. And you
definitely don't give up masturbation because that helps prostate cancer and stuff like that.
Does it?
Masturbation
gotta release the tension.
I hope it does.
I know because I looked it up. I gave up masturbation for 6 months when I was 15 years old, thinking that.
Whoa, that's like the worst time.
Yeah,
worst time.
Damn,
when I
how'd
went,
you do that?
Okay,
you probably gave yourself prostate cancer.
The reason I did it, this is fucked up. I don't think I ever told the story. I told you, remember I had panic attacks from weed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first time smoking weed, I was 15 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much. I gave myself a panic after like a month or two smoking. I was fine. Then one time I had a severe fucking panic attack. Thought God, at the time I was young, I was 15. I was very kind of like religious. I was going to religious school, so I thought God was talking to me, telling me I was bad for doing that, bad for doing things. So I stopped smoking meat immediately, like cold turkey. Just stopped smoking weed. And then I still was having kind of flashbacks of the panic attack. I was still panicking and had anxiety since that day.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what else is he telling me? He's like, I jerk off a lot. I gotta stop jerking. I gotta stop jerking
You're
off.
Catholic, right?
I was.
That's Catholic guilt.
So I stopped masturbating for 6 months, and it was fucking. I remember like at times thinking I was going crazy, like because of all like the thoughts in my head and things that I was doing. One time, like I remember
one time is
stopping
thinking
it.
that God is talking to you.
Yeah, oh yeah. I know.
As a devout atheist,
so
which is funny to say.
So
that.
the one time I did, I remember just having a raging hard on for like a whole day straight. Like I couldn't. Don't touch it, don't touch it. And I remember just like barely touching it for like 2 seconds, and then I exploded. Oh yeah, I was like so like ready to go. Just went.
We say barely touching it. You,
all right,
I like stroked it once.
I think
or
it's
twice.
time to shoot the nards.
Okay,
all right, we're gonna do.
Bad Seth for masturbating.
You want to get?
Wait, what did he load that with?
Salt. He put salt in it.
Yeah,
we had to dig and find some salt.
Is it cocked? What are we gonna do?
Wait, am I coming to you?
Butler's getting a package. I have no idea what's happening.
Delivery man.
Am I coming
crazy.
to you?
Yeah.
Like delivery man sees me with
Yeah,
a bucket of salt.
well, the delivery man walked in, and then Seth goes. Seth was like, "My balls are really tingling," or something like that. The guy
I'm holding a bucket of salt gun.
You're holding a gun.
I'm like, who is this?
What's happening out there?
I have no idea what that is.
Am I getting up, or are you gonna try to aim it here?
No, I'm just gonna aim it right.
Oh, you're gonna
here.
hit my fucking legs. It's gonna sting.
No.
You gotta get a little closer.
All right, here we go.
Is this cocked already?
It's cocked and
Don't
ready.
hit me in my face.
All right, use the sight.
Make sure the safety's off.
All right.
Use the sight. All right, I'm zeroing
safety's
in on
off.
Seth. Hold on. Seth, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hold on. I'm gonna get mobile cam. So I'm. Hold on.
really
Hold
hurt.
on.
Butler,
What are you
Butler.
doing? Hold on. Stop.
Butler's just gonna be
Stop.
Get closer. You're
Stop.
going far.
Kill you. Ah!
What if there's blood?
You gotta get a little closer.
All
there.
right,
I feel
so
like there
there's-
will be. It can kill it.
There's no
You're not gonna
nudity.
kill. I shot my hand close up.
Okay,
Right
what-
at the, I shot my hand right at the barrel.
What size insects do these kill? Like
Like frogs.
Flies and
okay.
and birds.
Here we go.
I'm fucking kind of scared.
All right, here we go.
Frogs and birds.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I got all over my hand and my face and shit.
You totally missed his nard.
You missed my nard. You sprayed my leg.
He just sprayed him with a salt dust. It lightly salted him.
I tore open 2 packets of salt, so it didn't really work with too much.
Now you're lightly salted.
All right.
All right.
It stung a little bit. Not bad though. I was so far away.
It's a killing fly.
Yeah, that thing sucks. Throw it away.
It's in my mustache.
Fuck
and
that guy.
That's not gonna make anyone any money.
I tasted my mustache.
All right, what
That
else
guy's
do
a
we have?
millionaire.
Graham crackers we did. The song "Could You Build Me a Daddy"?
Oh yeah, what is that?
It's a country song by I think what's the guy that's on been on American Idol? People say he can't sing very good.
American Idol.
The
I
guy
have
with
no
the
idea.
gray hair, the
Shit
young
bangs,
old man.
Shit bangs.
Nicole Kidman's husband.
What's the guy? Hold on. Build me a daddy. Okay, it's Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan.
Why'd you laugh like?
So here's
What are you two doing? Giggling at each other.
They're flirting. Here is the latest dumb shit song that I found. I haven't found one of these dumb shit songs in a while. This is Luke Bryan. It came out this week. It's called "Build Me a Daddy."
All right.
It's a hunk of gigantic shit. And I love cheesy country songs like
Yeah.
this.
Boy walks past a window of a glowing open sign.
Fucking hate this
Full
already.
of wooden toys and trucks and painted trains.
That's bullshit, by the way, because there are no toy stores like that anymore. Like you.
But I see he's painting the picture of the toy store.
Yeah, but that's
with the
not
window.
around anymore. He's painting a picture of something that doesn't exist.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Rings a bell up on the counter. Hands a picture to the man of a kid beside a soldier smiling away.
You're pandering.
No,
A
yeah.
soldier?
Yeah,
a fucking soldier?
Most country
check that
songs are
box.
pandering.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all dads, the concentration of soldier dads to normal fat dads is like 0, okay?
I like this.
Oh, you're in?
Soldier, old toy store. Now we need to sit in the
Truck.
back of a truck, a beer.
Yo, it's coming.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Said, sir, I've heard you can build anything. Could you build me a daddy?
Jesus
Dude, the stars
Christ,
we
this
just
is
did.
sad as fuck.
But imagine me sitting here and I've done editing for the day and I'm going through Spotify to see the new songs. And I play this and I'm sitting here and I'm just
like,
sipping,
what the fuck?
sipping on a White Claw while I'm editing the video and I
started
heard
cry-
it
you
and I
started
spit
crying.
White Claw everywhere. I laugh so hard with it. Oh, it's so funny. Here.
It's because it actually makes you feel, and you're
This doesn't make
you're
me
scared
feel.
of that
This
feeling.
makes me feel nothing. Here, I'll continue. Can you build me a daddy?
Maybe
Luke
it's a
Bryan?
sexual thing.
Strong as Superman. Make him 10 feet tall with with a southern drawl.
And a dick as big as Japan.
Yes, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's 10 feet tall.
If this genie built you a 10-foot tall redneck dad,
he's going to be a racist killing machine. Oh, God, everybody run for your life.
Don't make him 10 foot
10
tall.
foot tall racist.
Hold on.
He's killing everyone.
I got to hear the rest of this.
Oh, my God. Stop it. It's like Attack on Titan. It's a big racist giant. What are you doing? And he's like, you got black friends? I'm like, yes. He said, kill him. He's stopping me good.
He's killing him
Oh,
with his
he's stopping me hard.
with his big Japan dick.
You can, 'cause I sure miss him. Maybe you could bring him back.
Oh, he died. Oh, okay. I didn't get that.
I can bring him back, but the spell brings him back dead, and it's zombies.
Zombie dad.
It's bad.
mean, Zombie daddy.
You're
And
not
he'll
going to
try to kill you.
recognize him because his cheeks are exposed.
Yeah,
All right,
for some reason he's real strong, and you can't just easily break his bones because he's already dead. He's hard to fight
If you
off.
want to know what happens in the future, if there's a Japanese anime somewhere where a kid goes to a toy maker and tells him to bring back his 10-foot tall racist daddy. All right. What else? Conversation about thermometers on Dump 'Em Out. Last night was telling my daughter. We were talking about how you have to take temperatures at certain places. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I remember doing that once.
We were talking about temperatures that have to be taken at like theme parks and the new, this new normal. I hate that phrase.
Yeah.
But I was telling her, I was joking around. I was like, we used to have to take the thermometer, put it in her mouth under her tongue, and she was like. Maisie's like, really?
She's never had that done?
No. And, maybe at the doctor, but it's still not a big thing.
They got that forehead.
Swipe,
Oh, my God. If that was my daughter, she'd see me with that every other day in my mouth. Like, I literally have that every night.
It's like a toothpick.
Yeah, it's literally sitting in my nightstand next to my pillow that I take at night.
And then I told her, I was like, hey, when Andrea and I were kids, when I was a baby, like younger than you, though, my mom would put the thermometer in my butt. And Maisie thought that was the greatest thing in the world. Then she asked me, she goes, which, because we bantered a little bit on that. She's like, whose butt is hotter if we took the temperature, mommy's or daddy's? And I thought that was a great. So I want to do the great butt thermometer challenge. My wife's not on board, but I want to see with a real rectal thermometer if I have a hotter inside of my butt or if my wife has a hotter inside of my butt, and I will give you the answer on the BDM show on Monday because I'm buying a rectal thermometer
we already
tonight.
recorded that show.
I won. Mine's 105.
Mine's 105, and I'm cough crazy. Dead.
Fucking dead.
And by the way, for everybody, everybody's trying to do what they can to be safe. But
you got to.
The old I'm gonna take your temperature before I let you in. Think about who is doing this, by the way, because I was talking to the Grizz the other day, and he's like a foreman to some sort of construction project.
That's his friend, the Grizz.
He's an engineer. And he's like, we have to do that laser thermometer thing to all the employees that are working on the site, on the job site. And he's like, the other day, there's no batteries in it, so I just pretended to take care of it.
Oh, my God. Well, he's an asshole.
Well, here's the thing. That's what the world is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I'm just going to tell you
the
that
world is full of
that's
assholes.
not happening at the jungle, so everyone knows. There's batteries in my thermometer.
I'm just telling you that, take a close look at who's
I definitely went to a bar.
taking your temperature.
Well, I know if the Grizz is taking my temperature, things have gone wrong.
Well, guess what?
anyway.
There's a lot of Grizzlies out
I
there.
know. Yeah.
And he actually made it through engineering school, so that's even more terrifying.
Andrea and I were laughing because if I have a hat on now. When I take my hat off, she'll use the temporal thermometer to go over my head, and it'll be like 107, and I'm like, because of the hat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's not gonna bode well for.
Well, even when
let me take my hat off and walk around the block. And you were walking. No, you got to take your hat off and just sit still.
Yeah, when we have people walk into the jungle, and we normally it's 99.9% everyone's fine, but then one person that is like a degree over, we let them stand outside or right inside the door for maybe 30 seconds.
Put an ice cube on your head.
It's because they walk from the hot sun inside our gym and they're they're hot.
Or they got out of their super cold AC car and your temperature's 93 and then you should be dead. Yeah. Also, they're like, take the people's temperature. Well, isn't why we're wearing masks everywhere for asymptomatic people spreading this shit? Yeah. So they don't have temperatures to begin with. So what the fuck is it? No one knows. And people are trying, and I understand, and I'm patient, but
It doesn't sound like you're very patient.
I
right
am.
now.
I'm
You're in
doing
an
what they
uproar.
say. It's just
I understand a patient fucking all.
Right?
well,
I'm not mad.
I'm just disappointed. All right, Dad.
they're like, I'll take the temperature. People with high temperature, don't let them in. But then they're like, wear the mask because everybody could have it and they'd be spreading. All right. So
How am I going to take the temperature of a dad who's 10 feet tall? What am I going to do?
Gotta get a ladder.
You just aim it at his dick.
Balls, yeah.
Make him bend down.
What do I do?
His big old Japan dick will be hanging.
You want to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. Plug some stuff and we'll tidy up.
Let's see.
You got your Father's Day bundle, whatever's left on that.
Yes.
You got the, this is the last day is today for the pre-order of leggings and compression shorts.
Oh, somebody requested this real quick.
In 2009, an almost little person and an almost special needs person started a podcast because they hated their day jobs. These men promptly resigned from their positions and escaped to the Orlando underground. Today, still hated by people who think radio is relevant, they survive as podcasters of fortune. If you have a problem, they won't be any help. But if you can find them, maybe you can hire the RT.
Come on.
Okay, I like how Seth's like looking mad at us, and then when the part he goes,
He's just happy.
That is. I'm gonna replay them for it. I do like that part.
You're on the machine gun on top of the van.
By the way, yeah, you are part of the R team.
I don't know what you're laughing at.
Seth Pepperoni is part of the
Joke's on you because I embrace the dumbness of myself.
yeah, that's why on the list you're number one. You really are. There's a list. Seth
Yep.
Pepperoni, Big Tim Murphy, Ennis the Penis,
Shrekky
Sosa, Machete Gas Mask, Supergirl, Jen, Remy, Joey, Cadillac Pat, Kramer, Granny Beth, Tuttle, Slopmouth Andy, Snuffy Sniffy Snuff Nose, Cheesy Sniffy Wet Nose, Petey Posters, Old Racist Norm, Canadian Josh, Bob Mole, Southern Kermit, Apocalypto, Bug Salt, Bad Phone, Ooh Man, Mystery Message Man, Pig Tits Christine, and You've Been Jackaled.
That's way too many.
No, we need more.
That's a lot of people.
Semantics.
Yes.
You recording tonight?
We're recording tomorrow while we're out in St. Augustine, so maybe we'll get.
You guys
gonna
meet up and swing?
Yeah.
He's gonna
Tom
have
will be
his
there in
kids with
7
him.
hours when
Just
his
don't
boat's there.
swing at my mom's place.
He's gonna have his kids with him.
I'll
and
drive
then
the boat because you're a beachside. I'll get on.
You have to be comfortable with swinging.
Driving right on the St. Augustine Beach.
You have to be comfortable with swinging with Trav.
I'm telling you.
I get Crystal and you get Trav. That's the deal.
That's fine.
Oh, wow.
Anything different is fine.
I'd watch that. Oh, my God. That's going to be a tits and...
He does have some fluffy bow
That's going to
buttons.
be tits avalanche. My God.
Yeah.
Big old... It's big on big.
Also, yeah. I can work one up if I watching.
Jeez
If I'm
Louise.
watching that go on.
You have to slap Travis away. He's handsy. He's like going for you. You're like, hold on, I'm watching our wives.
Yeah.
Just we'll get to our stuff later. Hold on, let me jerk one out first.
Open your butt.
Oh my God.
Nobody. By the way, nobody.
I don't know how it works. I thought that's how it worked.
Nobody gay has ever said that. Ever.
Hey, open your butt.
Open your butt. Here
Open
comes
it up.
the airplane.
Cockpit.
All right.
Stop it.
Fill out our survey, please, at TomandDan.com. It's on the front page.
But only use joke answers.
And that's about it.
Happy Father's
Can I
Day
plug-
to those of you that are fathers.
What are you doing for Father's Day?
no.
What are you doing
Oh,
for Father's Day?
I was going up to St. Augustine on the boat.
To fuck my husband.
To fuck Travis. What are you
Open
doing
the butt.
for Father's Day? Oh, that's right. Not a father. What are you doing for
No.
that's right.
Stop
not a
it!
father.
I'm having Rocky's 10th birthday, and he's happy fathering me, and I'm happy birthdaying him at the same time this weekend.
Oh, he's not aware.
So, Seth, tell us about the jungle.
The jungle. You guys know what it is.
Wow.
He's grumpy
No,
today.
I'm just joking. Yeah, jungleorlando.com. Again, I think last week I told you we had a bunch of BDMs. So not a bunch, but like a few. Come and sign up. I think we had one more this week. Actually, come and take
Nice.
advantage of it. Jungleorlando.com.
Where do you put
for
their
that.
wheelchairs when they?
Well, they can put their O2 canisters at the front.
Yeah.
No,
and they modify, right?
no. Everybody's
Like,
actually been really good. That's gone in. That they've picked up fast, and yeah, if they're
Good.
like super nice. Everyone's super cool. Fit in with the family, great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then follow me on Instagram at SilverbackSeth. Oh, and my diet will be out very soon. If you guys really want my diet, seriously,
I'm interested to
really,
see
really
it.
good. The Petro diet.
Petro diet.
Yeah.
You okay, bro?
Well, yeah.
I feel like you're about to say
I'm
something.
gonna-
You're
you
about
know,
to say
daydreaming
drop a
about
bomb on
bao
us.
buns.
Seth's had a bad day. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna shit
Yeah.
on his
Oh.
diet.
No, go ahead. Fuck up. Go ahead. Pile it on. I might as well get it all done now. That way I can go home and want a suicide, and then.
Oh no,
I'm
man!
joking,
I told you, you
I'm
gotta.
joking about that.
You're killing it.
All right, I'm gonna make fun of your
Time for
blood
a bath.
shoes.
Time for a bath.
And also Travis's mentioning of things that no one wants to talk about, including the time we went to a business meeting and he pointed out that the owner of said business had scratched up his Tesla rims. He pointed that right out, right in front of him.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
He's like, it takes a real fucking idiot to mess up their brand new Tesla rims. And the guy goes, that's my car.
And then also when Travis walked in, he looked at Seth's custom Air Force One shoes.
Blood shoes, yeah.
In which he got the, were they white on white originally?
Yes, they were white on white.
And Seth commissioned some artist on Etsy to paint the Nike check red,
like blood red,
with blood dripping off to match his tampon car. And then the artist, got some red on the bottom and red on the laces. And then
oh, there it is. People can see it.
Pointing it right out. He's like, "This is supposed to be red on the bottom and red on the." Of course it's not. You pointed out a flaw.
It looks like there's some paint on the bottom of that, bro. I'm like, oh, why are you doing that?
Mine didn't come like that.
But I knew, and that's why I didn't give the guy. I wrote him a bad review, and I told
King of reviews.
Well, I told him. I said, "Hey, this is I didn't pay for this." He's like, "If you don't like it, I'll give you money back." I'm like, "Yeah, damn right." So he gave me $50 back. And I wrote a bad review.
You're such a dickhead.
Because no, I don't give a shit. $200 the amount I paid. No, they should be.
You
done
paid $200 for him to paint that? I could have done that.
You paid buy the shoes and send him the shoes, or no?
No, the Air Force Ones were there already brand new. He had them there, so those are what, like $100 anyway.
Yeah.
So I paid.
So you paid $50.
I paid $250, and then he gave me $50 back, so I paid $200.
Yeah, so we're $100.
$100.
That is not worth $100.
You know.
Well, he probably would have done more for $100, but all he was like, "Bait him red, put a tampon."
I told him there's supposed to be more blood dripping, and he didn't do what I wanted either. So I kind of said that. I didn't say that because I was already pissed off at the mistakes he made with the blood splatter on the bottom of the
So
shoes.
you wanted like more of a splatter, like
Kinda,
a stab.
The picture that he had up there was a lot more drips, like little tiny drips and splatter kind of coming down. And I got this, and I opened it. I was like, hey, I was like, it's cool. I'm like, it's cool though. Then I wrote him.
It's not.
How
cool.
do you write? Are you like?
It might be the opposite of cool.
Dear, do you type them? Are you like, dear Juggalo who painted my Air Force Ones with red paint in your mother's garage?
All right, we got to get out of here. Guys, have a good Father's Day.
Yeah, have a great one, guys. We love you. Thanks for listening. If you're not a BDM, sign up. And I guess, Yep.
Be safe out there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Be safe out there.
Qdoba.